are live in the group now. What's up, everybody? This is Rich, and I got James here, and we're just cutting down. So we're just going to talk, and we're cutting down the One Nation Radio Awards. So we'll continue to go through it. We've already established the Shawn Michaels In-Ring Performer of the Year, Women's Wrestler of the Year in WWE, the male wrestler or the wrestler overall in WWE. New Japan Wrestler of the Year is what, and we're on the Newcomer of the Year now. So jump in, and if there's any, and I'll keep an eye on the comments if y'all are listening. So
where are we posting this?
So we're in the Wrestling Square Circle Facebook group. Okay,
I thought we might have been on town or some shit. I don't know. Or this was a fleet or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
All right. So back to Newcomer of the Year. Last year we just did first year in a major promotion because of everybody in the wrestling business pretty much being in COVID jail. There weren't too many newcomers. There's not enough to really have this award. So I was having a discussion with Rich about whether or not we should expand this to include Stardom or not. And then, so basically it came to the conclusion, like, Stardom is not a major promotion, obviously. So we were like, it's a mid-major. But should we just change it for Newcomer of the Year to basically be like, top person coming into a territory, so to speak, as opposed to, because that's what we cover. We cover WWE, we cover AEW, Stardom, and New Japan. So, what's the point of doing an award if, we just can't, obviously, unless promos, we can't,
Master Wato?
Master Wato for Newcomer? Hell no. Okay, so, all right, so.
No, Murray, Evil will not be nominated for Wrestler of the Year. No.
He wasn't nominated in the New Japan Award. They went to 11 deep. Hell no. Okay, so. First off,
you could go 20 deep, bitch. Like,
you really could, bitch. Just about. Look, bro. Who do you think had a better 2020 in the ring from bell to bell? Evil or Yoda Tsuji?
Yo, we would have to look. I don't even know if I'd have to research that because
same here.
Or Yuya Uemura, like
Doki, fucking Doki.
Hey. Dookie's good from what Josh tells me.
I mean, I saw one of the matches he had did better than anything Evil did this year.
Yeah, this man Murray got us getting all off track.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, so for me, for Newcomer of the Year, the ones that immediately come to mind are Eddie Kingston, Thunder Rosa, Wardlow, and Pat
Thunder Rosa. That's a good one.
I thought you had her on there.
Totally forgot.
Yeah. So,
Pat McAfee, that's gonna be the I think he's gonna steal some votes. What else do we have?
So you had Leon Ruff on there. You had Leon Ruff and John Silver.
Yep.
Those are the only two I'm missing.
I think that's it.
Else? Okay.
I don't think there's anyone else I can think of.
I would take Leon Ruff off of there. Because what have they done? Because Leon Ruff was only there for that gimmick thing, so they didn't have to beat Gargano or Damian Priest.
This is true.
Even if that match was good as hell, but that was just one match. Like McAfee had that Smoke and Mirrors match was really good. He came out and they built all that stuff around McAfee Goon. He cut great promos, and then he promptly got his ass whooped in War Games.
I'm trying to see. Definitely not T-Bar, right?
Okay, so no. So you mentioned one person I'd like to be on here, but I have to add where you fit on it because she did get some reps, in the Men Classic, and she did some jobs in NXT. How do you feel about Raquel Gonzalez? Because she didn't quote unquote she used to be Renee.
Yeah, she had a whole different name, Reina Gonzalez.
And then she debuted as Raquel
this year, right?
This year she came out at Portland to
wow.
as She came out at Portland.
I see what you're saying. I don't want to be a stickler on that, but
it's up to you.
Because like I just feel like I've seen her for years. I mean, just me seeing her.
You saw her
at house shows. Yeah,
yep, you saw her house shows.
I'd be
see her in the Man Classic. You saw her do a couple jobs in NXT. You did see her do some jobs on NXT.
I'd be willing to put her on here because like this is the first time they've ever like focused on her at all, and they love her clearly.
I love her. I love watching her come out there and whoop people's ass.
All right, so we're up to 7. So we got Wardlow, Silver, Starks, Kingston, Rosa, McAfee, Raquel Gonzalez. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else in AEW I can think of, just because everyone's so new. I was thinking about Top Flight, but I feel like they've only have a couple matches.
3 matches? 3? Like on TV.
Yeah, so like if Top Flight is Raw next year, I guess we can consider them
they'll
next
be
year.
For next year because they didn't come in until like 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or right after Full Gear, actually, right?
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks after Full Gear. Yeah, so they're eligible. They'll be eligible for next year.
I mean, we could. I don't know how you feel about someone like Lee Johnson or Ben Carter, but I know Ben Carter
Ben Carter had that one match and then left.
Yeah, he had a couple matches and then left.
A couple
matches. But Lee Johnson has been like AEW Dark MVP kind of. So, I'd be willing to.
Stardom eligible for this? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so Shuri and Micah definitely have to be on there.
Okay.
Actually, no.
Shuri is definitely on there.
Okay, so how deep is this going?
I'm up to 8 right now.
All right, name me the lowest 3 people in your opinion on there. We got to cut them off because we got to put Shuri. We got to put Shuri.
Oh wow, Will Hobbs,
Shuri, and Michael on
here. Murray said Powerhouse Hobbs. I just don't know what he has match wise. He has a Brian Cage match, and I think he has another tag match if I'm not mistaken. I like him. I don't think he's on the awards though.
Yeah, he doesn't have these matches like someone like Silver, for example, or Raquel, or Wardlow, or anybody that we've named except for like. Actually, he has the worst matches we've named.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Yeah, so we got McAfee, Rosa, Kingston, Stark, Silver, Wardlow, Raquel, Shuri. I'd be fine with that, but I don't know, like, how you feel about Himeka.
Wait, who? Who from Stardom that you put on there?
Shuri.
Julia has to be on there too.
Holy shit, I forgot about Julia. She definitely should be on there.
Yeah.
Julia, we're at 9.
9? Okay, so cut somebody off.
Pat.
McAfee?
Yep. Like, he's doing these, like, he's not wrestling at the level of anybody else. Yeah.
Now, he is one of the best promo. He should be nominated for best promo.
I have him written down on that.
All right, so cut him and then he'll get his love on best promo because that's what he's actually good at.
All right, so right Micah.
Add Mike. Yeah, Mike. Fuck. All right, who's the best non-Stardom wrestler on this list as far as the year in wrestling? We were making if this was an MVP award, who would have the best? Who would be the best person that's not in Stardom?
I think John Silver or Eddie Kingston.
She slaughtered them.
Who?
Micah. Hold on. I'll pull up Cage Match real quick.
Oh, also everybody, I do have the Henny rolling right now, so You may be getting an excited Rich Latta here tonight when it's actually time for us to record the show, whatever God forsaken hour we do it at. So,
all right. So, Micah, according to Cage Matches, had 13 3.5-star matches or better.
Oh wow, that's a lot for
and
a.
If I went to my thing, I'm pretty sure it would be similar.
So how many spots do we want on this?
I would say 8 needs to be the most.
So 8. So how about her versus Raquel?
By Raquel.
And this is Micah you're talking about.
Yeah, if it's Micah versus Raquel, get rid of Raquel.
Micah versus any of the AEW guys.
I would take him in a heartbeat over Starks. I'd take him over anybody. Well, Kingston's different because Kingston is an all-world talker, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even then, she still had a better, like, okay. So I said that Cage Match had Mike at 13?
Mm-hmm.
At 13 3.5-star matches. I got her at 16.
What about Big Saya?
Kamatani?
Yeah.
She debuted in the summer of last year, so I wouldn't count her.
Gotcha.
Like the thing with Micah is she didn't debut until like in Stardom. She didn't have a match in Stardom until the anniversary show, I believe. Because then, Julie went around and got her a group and came back with Micah and Shuri, and they went out there and fucking killed this year.
Let me see. So right now we're stuck at 8. We've got Wardlow, Silver, Starks, Kingston, Rosa. This would be Micah over Raquel Gonzalez then.
Yeah.
Damn. That was our only NXT person.
It is what it is, man.
This is gonna be a rough year for NXT in these awards, y'all.
It is what it is. Like they didn't do nearly as much focus on stuff as they used to because they were ADHD. They couldn't focus on anything for longer than 3 weeks.
All right, so up next, the guys that I have written down and girl, I have 9 people written here. John Moxley, Taz, Don Callis, MJF, Randy Orton, Eddie Kingston, Pat McAfee, Chris Jericho, Britt Baker.
What is this?
Promo cutter of the year.
All right, hold on. I have looked through this before. Promo. Oh, too far. Yeah, so for...
You know how bad I wanted to type Kenny Omega on this?
Yeah, so...
I thought about it.
Where the hell... Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, so I looked at this. So, you had... Go through it again.
I have Moxley, Taz, Don Callis, MJF, Orton, Eddie Kingston, Pat McAfee, Chris Jericho, Britt Baker.
Okay, so... I chopped off Britt Baker and Don Callis and put Cody in there.
I totally forgot about Cody, but I don't know what else Cody did besides the MJF as a promo that was special like last year.
Okay, so my response to you is like, what is Don Callis cut 2 promos in AEW, so now he's a promo of the year as opposed to Cody?
True. I'm just trying to think of what Cody's like, because I don't know about Cody's promos this year. Maybe because I'm counting the Impact one too, but when I was talking with Callis, but
Callis is going to be on the next year.
Yeah.
I imagine anyway. Either him or Kenny will be on there next year.
Let me see. What about Jericho? Has to be on here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my list was Cody. My list is in last name alphabetical order. Was Cody, Jericho, Kingston, MJF, Moxley, McAfee, Orton, and Taz. So like I left off Britt Baker and Callis and putting McAfee in Cody.
You know what? I won't fight you on that. So I do feel bad about cutting the doctor though.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is like
because like in the beginning of the year she was awesome, and she owned the crowds when the crowds were there. So like, that's a different animal there. So
yeah, the injury definitely.
I don't feel good. Yeah. Maybe she'll be here next year.
So much.
Maybe she'll be here next year. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they got her with Thunder Rosa. That's bound to be good.
Yeah. Okay. AEW Wrestler of the Year. I have 8 people written right now.
Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 4 locks out of for 8 slots. I have 4 locks. Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, Adam Page, and Young Bucks.
Gotcha. So the other people I added were Cody, Darby Allin, MJF, and Brody Lee.
Brody Lee. Okay, so I had go through your outside of that top 4 non-locks. We'll go through that again.
Cody, Darby, MJF, Brody Lee.
Okay, so I got Cody and Darby. And then my other 3 I had were FTR, Jericho, and Lucha Bros.
I think the Lucha Bros got hurt in COVID jail. They did bust their ass when they came back, but like
they don't cut promos.
MJF did. I don't think their program was the best, but he did do a main event program.
I think that they're both one-sided as far as like the promo work is what carries the day for MJF, and then the matches carry the day for Lucha Bros.
I say MJF has more good matches than you think.
No. I wasn't saying to cut one off of the other. I'm just saying like I view them kind of similar. I'm not saying to cut either one of them off yet. Like I got Jericho on here because I love the inner circle stuff with Moxie so much, and then I love what he's doing right now with MJF. But like, we spent a long time this summer going forward. He was like, it was like, yo, we think he's like washing. You might be washing.
Like so.
So do you want to be the first cut?
Oh man, that's gonna be tough. Like, yo, no Chris Jericho on this shit. Because I didn't have him written because I didn't feel like he had anything as good as the TNT Open Challenge. Darby's the TNT champion now, and he's done like cool shit all year, kind of. MJF, I feel like, is the star of like the act right now. Like I kind of chose MJF over Jericho.
The thing with me, I put Darby on here because he's the champion and that's put out a spread, but like.
Then you think about him and Sammy Guevara at Revolution.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a gigantic gap in the stuff he was doing. Like, and then they've been dicking around with him. Like, at first he's supposed to be doing the stuff with Moxley. Now he's doing it with Cody, even though he beat Cody. And now they're doing this thing with Sting. And like the beginning of the year, like, yeah, that's the top mid carder. And now he's like the mid card champion, but he feels like he was hotter earlier in the year than now. Maybe that's me. I don't know. Maybe that's a me that feels that way because I just feel like Cody is ice cold right now and he's just doing this with Darby. I was like, this ain't helping Darby. at least right now it doesn't feel like it's helping Darby.
Because I think Darby's delivered on TV, like against Cody, several against Sammy,
a million times,
against Moxley, against in the tag matches against Ricky Starks, against Cage. In that tag match.
But does he feel like more than just like a worker guy? Does he actually feel like he was elevated this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Like as compared to last year, for sure.
All right, we'll leave him on here. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Okay. I mean, okay. So
Hangman's on there, Murray.
So do All right, we'll do out of those. Remember, we have 4 locks. So you want to make him and Cody locks and make that 6.
Yes.
Okay, so what were your other 2 after that? After Cody and Darby,
MJF and Brody Lee.
All right, so that would be for 2 more slots. Brody,
Jericho,
MJF, Jericho, FTR, and Lucha Bros.
Lucha Bros, Mexicans. Let me see. So FTR, there's so much of what FTR did that I don't like. And also me feeling like they just don't get it at times. I don't think I could nominate them for a Wrestler of the Year.
Like, the thing for me is I hate them, or I don't hate them, but like, I think they're so, I feel like they're fucking annoying. Even besides, that's the point, they're heels, get it, dummy, but just like, I don't give a fuck about Dave Meltzer in AEW, in the AEW universe. I just don't. I don't give, like, your insults about Dave Meltzer. I don't give a fuck about Dave Meltzer. I want you to explain why you actually hate the Young Bucks, not because Dave Meltzer likes it. Like, you're a grown fucking man. Are you grown?
Sound like man? Jealousy. You fuck nigga like. Maybe I was like, I don't care about no shit like that. Like, why would you care? You have kids. Don't both of y'all have kids? Anyway, but like they had so many good ass matches this year. Like, they built up to the thing. I don't think you can get an AEW Wrestler of the Year nomination on the ground without Brody Lee at this point. Yes, are we going to put the death bump? Look, are we going to get the death bump on here? Sure. I feel like we are. However, but main event of pay-per-view or title match on pay-per-view crushed Cody.
Yeah.
In the best, like one of the best moments of the year. Rebuilt the Dark Order.
One of the best angles was the thing when Anna Jay came out and they fucking decimated all of them. Like, it was like the end of I think I called it the end of Infinity War. I love that.
Rebuilt the Dark Order.
What was his last televised match in AEW?
The Dog Collar match.
So that was what, like
October?
Was that October? Okay. So
he wrestled for AEW for like 7 months.
So when he show up, he like the Rochester show. He showed up before during COVID. So like March.
Yeah, he wrestled for AEW for 7 months.
It has to be a knock against him. Unfortunately,
as opposed to
he started late and left.
Are we looking at it in comparison to Jericho? Or MJF?
Okay, so I would say, fuck, man.
Like, I think it's MJF and Brody, and Jericho's like looking in the restaurant.
I just have a hard. Okay, so
although we do have like that, like I remember Revolution, like with Jericho, the big entrance, got goosebumps seeing that entrance when he came to the ring. Like, that whole program was great. Parts of the Orange Cassidy stuff was great. The MJF and Jericho stuff, like all the angles, like pretty much, I would call them all. I wouldn't call them all successes, but yeah, he was in the Stadium Stampede as well. This is very tough. So
okay, let's do that. Between the 5 of Brody, MJF, FTR, Jericho, and Lucha Bros, last person out is Lucha Bros, right?
I would say the last person out is FTR, but go ahead.
Bro, they were the champions. They had good ass matches. Like, everybody loves that. Look, the match that I thought was great. People like fucking think it's like a match of your contender. I vehemently disagree, but whatever. Like, people like that match more than me. I'm not gonna begrudge it. So like, I can't say they were not. I can't say they don't merit being on here. I cannot say that.
They wrestled even less. They wrestled even less time than Brody Lee did. Or actually, it's probably about the same now because they came in May.
Yeah, they had better matches though. Or let me phrase it: they had more good matches.
I don't think they were more important to AEW than Brody Lee was. Like,
and you would have said this before this weekend.
Yes. Because rebuilding the Dark Order, like...
Okay, yeah, that swayed me. Because, boy, that shit was a fucking mess. I mean...
Like, Brody ain't never disappointed. Like, also, Brody popped that million rating with Dustin, whatever, was in the main event on that shit. Yeah, okay. And that was a good match. All
right. So, you swayed me with Brody. Did you have Brody or MJF higher?
I might have had MJF higher.
All right, then.
Are we selling Orange Cassidy short by any chance?
No, we're not. Like, I know he had a match with Pac, but like outside of that, the rest of the year is his match. Is like the first Jericho thing and everything else, and the Silver thing. That's his whole year.
Yeah.
Like, unless you want to include his inclusion into the back.
No, no, I will not.
I'm sorry, back lot brawl.
I am not counting a run in.
No. So,
what?
Right, so
I am not counting a run in.
That's my point. Like, that's the reason why I didn't love that much. But it was like, what the fuck is a babyface running into a match for? Fuck out of here. Okay, so yeah, we got our four. Darby Allin, Brody Lee, Jon Moxley, MJF, Adam Page, Young Bucks, and Cody.
Right. Yeah, Mox, Omega Bucks, Cody, Darby, MJF, Page, Brody Lee.
Yeah. All right.
Man, leaving Chris Jericho off. That was tough.
Dude, you know how many fucking... Dude, let's do this, right? I think like Pentagon has like 6 of like the top 16 matches in AEW this year. Pentagon. Between the single stuff and then the stuff tagging, like, and then we cut him. And I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to cut him, but all right, it is what it is. That sucked. That really sucked.
I would almost be willing to listen to a Pentagon. No, I wouldn't.
No, nope. Nah, can't do it.
Nope.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Nope. Until they let them talk and do their promos with the translations at the bottom, which I'm sure one day they will do. But
I'm begging them for do it. Outside of like Moxley and Omega, like Death Triangle is like my favorite act, and like those 3 are like my favorite wrestlers in AEW outside of Omega and Moxley. All right, AEW Women's Wrestler of the Year.
Ooh, it gets slim. I only got 5 written. Unless I'm forgetting somebody.
Yeah, we have 5. Yes. I remember in my notes I sent to everybody else. I was like, okay, so we got Britt Baker, Serena Deeb, Thunder Rosa, Nyla Rose, Hikaru Shida, and then in parentheses I said, can we invent a 6th candidate? Like, can it be Stat, Swole, Riho, anyone else, anyone except for Abaddon that can get this award?
Brandy?
And Brandy.
Anna Jay.
Is Anna Jay's contribution to 2020 better than Riho's match with Nyla?
Yes, because she's in a hot angle. I believe she has the storyline going with Tainara Conti.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. She had an awesome match with Brandy of all people on the Saturday night or the late night Dynamite.
Okay.
Like, I swear to God, better than it had any right to be. I think Anna Jay is your sixth person.
Over Statlander, Spoiler, Riho.
Yes.
Fuck it, I have no reason to fight it, even though like Rio had the best match in AEW for the women's division this year. All right, yeah, all right, I'll throw her in there. Anna Jay.
Anna Jay. Yes, sir.
All right. What's next?
Stardom Wrestler of the Year. I have 5 people written. You may have like 20. So I don't know.
No, I had very similar to last year. I had 7 locks with 3 other people that are on the bubble. So my locks were Azumi, Julia, Utami, Mayu, Starlight Kid, Tam, Shuri, and Momo. Actually, no. Take out Starlight Kid. She wasn't a lot. She was the person I put on here as the 8th. So actually, the locks are Azumi, Julia, Utami, Mayu, Tam, Shuri, and Momo. And then the 3 people on the bubble were Starlight Kid, Jungle Kiona, and Konami.
Dan said B. Priestley.
B. Priestley has no shot at all. She only came in. She was here for the beginning of the year, and then like once the COVID came, she stuck around for the 2 shows. Basically, long story short, I'm not going to give you the long thing. She was here until February shutdown. They did 2 shows before the restart. She was on both of those shows, and then the restart she wasn't here, and then she wasn't there for the Grand Prix, which is the G1.
Hurt.
So definitely hurt her case, and then she was really good in tag league tagging with Konami.
I wish AEW didn't release her.
So I think she probably has like 3.5-star matches. B, she probably has like 6 this year, and like the bare minimum to get on this list for Stardom this year is like 13 or 14. Just no shot. Or the locks anyway are like in the 13s.
All right, so I got 6 people written down now. I have Mayu, Julia, Tam, Shuri, Utami, Azumi. Who else do I need to add on here? All right, and are we stopping at 8?
Yeah, 8 period. Yeah, but it was Azumi, Julia, Utami, Mayu, Tam, Shuri, Momo. Watanabe.
Okay, I'm missing one person. I got Mayu, Julia, Tam, Shuri, Utami, Azumi, Momo, and who else?
Do an alphabetical order.
Fuck.
Mine's in alphabetical order, so I'm giving you.
Yeah. Okay. Azumi, Julia, Mayu Iwatani, Utami Hayashishita.
Yep.
Shuri, Momo, and that's it.
Oh, Tam.
That's what I again. Okay. All right. Now this one was kind of a struggle. Hard Austin feud of the year.
Well, hold on. How many do you have now?
I have 6 right now.
Okay, write this down. Azumi, Julia. You got them, right?
Versus Julia. I have Julia versus Tam on here already.
Wait, you're doing matches?
No, feud of the year.
Oh, I thought we were still on. No, I thought we were on Stardom Wrestler of the Year, and we're cutting through that right now.
Oh shit! I thought we were done. 'Cause I got Azumi on mine and Julia.
Okay, Stardom Wrestler of the Year. How many people do you have?
8.
Read them off to me one more time. Sorry.
Mayu, Julia. Oh fuck! I did have Tam on mine. I have Tam twice, so I'm missing one person.
Okay, so yeah, that's where we were at. There are 3 people that are that should be eligible for the 8th spot. It was coming down. It was between Konami, Jungle, and Kid.
Konami, Jungle, Kid. Konami got injured, right?
No, Jungle got injured. But they were going to feud because it happened like the night after Konami turned on Jungle. So it basically fucked for a year.
Good old Evil versus Sonata.
Don't you dare.
Insulting this nigga.
I've never in my life seen I'm sure Evil has a couple of them. I've never seen Evil with like a handful of 4.5-star matches. Don't you fucking dare call Konami and Jungle no fucking Evil. Okay, so for me the thing is like peaking at the top. Yep. Jungle would win this. Jungle would have won this had she not gotten hurt. The problem is she got hurt in October, and once she got hurt, they pretty much put, because given that Tam was leaving Stars, they basically slotted Starlight Kid into the jungle role as number 2 in Stars, and she was fucking great.
All right, well, why not Starlight then? Talk yourself out of it. I've always been a Starlight Kid fan.
I mean, I'm a fan of all of them, so it's hard to really do this. Fuck it, make Starlight Kid. I mean, because also she's also like a breakthrough performer of the year, like someone that like wrestled, improved, got better booking, got more over. She would be on that list of people.
Not Riho. Ain't never lost.
The undefeated Riho that's always putting like a strict match wrestling teenagers or wrestling with teenagers. No,
ain't never lost.
Nah, Riho. Let me see how many matches I've given. Good matches I've given Riho this year, or recommended matches. She's on a few, but it's not like nearly enough to compete.
Man.
Yeah, I got Riho for 5, so that'd be 4 in Stardom.
So up next we've got the Hart Austin Feud of the Year. So I've got 6 written. Maybe there's stuff that I'm not thinking of, but Moxley versus Eddie Kingston. Moxley's on here fucking 3 times for me. Moxley versus Kenny Omega. Julia versus Tam. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Undisputed Era versus McAfee Goon. John Moxley versus Chris Jericho.
Go over that again, sorry.
The 3 Moxley feuds, Kingston, Kenny, Jericho. Julia versus Tam. McIntyre versus Orton. Undisputed versus McAfee Goon.
Okay, so was Orton versus McIntyre better than Roman versus Jey Uso?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay. You got McAfee Goon versus Undisputed Era.
Yep.
Okay. Do you have Adam Page versus the Elite on there?
I don't.
Why not?
I didn't feel like they wrestled enough matches against each other.
They had 2 matches. They basically feuded and bitched and made up and then fought each other again for like the entire year or for like 8 months.
Is this our Evil versus LIJ? Except like a million times better?
Yes.
Wow. Adam Page versus the Elite. Huh. That is interesting.
You never thought it?
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, that's what it turned out to be. They became They
all got successful once they left that toxic nigga. Right?
No, you know the fact that you said that, and then you started shrinking your asshole.
They all got successful once they got away from that nigga. Yeah, those who don't know, I do have a little bit of Hennessy in the cup right now, so that was okay.
I think most people just wouldn't categorize it in that way, but like it should be. It was all one television direction. It was all going this sort of same thing. Like he splits up with the elite. He says he wants to be away from the elite. He pretends like they forced him to do so. He does the Stadium Stampede match. He finally, or actually the other way around. Actually, they have the match. He beats the Young Bucks by going to rally at the end. He talks shit to them. He sides FTR. He screws his friends. He loses the match because the only person that was left to be a friend in Elite was him. Was Kenny. Kenny disappointed, looks at him like he's pathetic, and leaves and goes on his own thing. Kenny beats him in the final for the title shot. Like that's a complete story, or a complete chapter anyway.
Yeah. Are we did we nominate the Elite versus the Inner Circle last year?
The Elite versus the Inner Circle.
Because I'm trying to wonder if we can get away with nominating them here.
I wouldn't nominate them here because they only really had the one match, and also like that's a little too nebulous. Because if that's the case, and like that'll be going on for like the next on and off for like the next 4 years.
Yeah. Let me see.
Are you short on feuds?
I have 7 on here. I can't think of things in WWE. I mean, do you want to nominate Sasha versus Bayley on here?
No. They got the matches, but no. It was just matches. And like one of the matches, even though they beat the living shit out of each other, was a dumb layout. Like she turned on her by injuring her with a chair. She brings a chair to where she goes, and then they get into the match, and then at the beginning of the match, Sasha throws away that one chair. They wrestle around and pull out like 5 other fucking chairs, wrestle around the 5 of the chairs, and then by the end, they have to go back and get that one fucking betrayal chair.
Yeah.
Even though any of them will fucking do, no.
Yeah.
I'm not putting that on there. Like if that's the case, I can go bounce through and grab NXT stuff that was better and made more sense.
I'm trying to think.
So you got Randy Orton. So you got Randy Orton in McIntyre on there.
Yeah.
Even though I was furious when Orton won the title.
What was that?
You know, everyone was furious when Orton won the title.
He did, but McIntyre won it back from him on Raw in a WWE title match that I did not watch. James, there was a WWE title change that I never watched. I never thought I'd see the day.
You didn't watch it? Hey, Rich. I didn't watch the last pay-per-view yet. Yeah.
Well, luckily we don't have to luckily we don't have to review it. So you might as well just punt that bitch.
No, I was watching because I heard the
Roman and Owens was real.
Yeah. Yes, and I think you even told me it was a good pay-per-view. So I'll get around to it, but like at the time I was like, I didn't get around to it, and then I was
honestly I haven't nominated like TLC, so
I'll take a word for it. So Julia versus Tam. All right, is there anything from New Japan you want to throw in there?
Man, I think Golden Aces and Dangerous Tekkers won Keeping It Strong styles.
That's what I have nominated on there for mine. For my list. Because it also ties into G1. Like they had their matches, and then at the end, the final night of each block, Tanahashi wrestled Sabre and then beats him. Even the whole story, the story of the thing was like, you know, Kota Ibushi is carrying Tanahashi, and at the end of it, Tanahashi beats Sabre. And then you also had like the final night of A block between Ibushi and Taichi, where they just kick each other in the legs, hips, and ass for like 20 minutes or whatever.
Suzuki. Awesome. There's also Suzuki and Shingo Jeremy just said in the chat.
Yes, there is. The wrestling over the net. They have 3 matches, all were bangers. I think I like the story of Ibushi and of Golden Aces though.
Yeah,
I think I like that more.
Yeah,
it's more of a bigger deal throughout the year because it played through all these different things. Like obviously,
I'm gonna listen to the Keeping It Strong style voters and go with that one. Golden Aces and Dangerous Techers. So best dress award. I've got 8.
Hold on, Playboy. So McAfee Goon versus Undisputed Era. Orton versus McIntyre.
Yeah.
Dan versus Julia. Moxley versus the Inner Circle. Or do you Moxley versus Jericho. Inner Circle.
Yeah.
Same difference. Moxley versus Kingston. What am I missing?
I've got 8. How many do you have?
That you named? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6.
Okay, so I have 3 John Moxley feuds. I have Kingston, Kenny, Jericho.
Kenny?
Yeah, they had awesome promos.
I'm not rewarding that match. I wouldn't. First off, I think they're not even going. I think their feud is going to continue. Like I think that's more of a thing we need to look forward to doing. Look at next year.
Then do we throw this year out? Because I mean, that match was better than Moxley versus Jericho.
Yeah.
And some of the McIntyre Orton matches.
But that also was on a 3-week build or 4-week. Was it 3-week build? I think it's a 3-week build. On a 3-week build as opposed to Moxley going through every single member of Inner Circle, the car getting stolen, eye for an eye. That was just incredible television. Mm-hmm. And it's a journey of a dude kept going through an entire. It was almost like a fucking It
was a karate movie.
Yeah, where somebody literally goes up the tower.
Yeah.
To get to the ball. That was one of the most fun or satisfying things for a babyface on American television in years. It really was. Just to go through all of you. Sammy, fuck you up. Santana, fuck you up. Fuck you up, Ortiz. I mean, if I had to choose, if I had to cut one of the Moxley things off, I would cut off the Omega one. I like the Eddie Kingston more because they had 2 matches. They're both really good. They cut, I think, the best promo work of any wrestling program I saw, or any wrestling feud I saw this year, and even if it was in 5 weeks.
I'm at 8 right now, so.
You don't have Hangman versus the Elite.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I'm looking. All right. So this is what. Do
you have anything to replace it? That's what I'd ask.
Yeah. Queen's Quest versus Donald Del Mondo.
Tell me about it.
Queen's Quest comes in on the anniversary show, and they win against TCS, which sets up them getting a trios match against Azumi, Utami, Momo.
Actually, you know what? Never mind.
We both love that match. We gave 4.25. The match that I gave 4, you gave 4.5 to. They had another match that was also great. They had all these interwoven feuds where Utami and Mike are career rivals. Utami beats Himeka in the Grand Prix final. Big Saya can't beat Micah for shit. Micah is paying her no mind. She's focused on Utami. Momo and Shuri are just rivals and ass-kicking strikers. There's a bunch of stuff there.
All right. I'll take that because I don't think it's going to get votes or anything, but I think Moxley having 3 of them on there, he'll fuck around and split if there's a third option on there. So,
and also I think Omega versus Moxley is going to be a rematch at Revolution, and they'll have the real match there in February, and then we can vote for it next year.
Queen's
we
Quest.
Can include all that stuff anyway.
You said Queen's Quest versus Donna Del Mondo.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Savage Banks. I'm putting Sasha's name on the award this year.
I saw that. We also need to add Hokuto in there as another hyphen slash or whatever you want to call
it. We got Sasha Banks, or I have 8. So I have Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, Bucks, Britt Baker, Kenny, who I'm not sure on. Like, because I hate them fucking gray pants, but everything else he wore was hard. Cody, Io, and Will Ospreay.
Okay, so I saw this and I was like, I'm sorry. Where the fuck is Hiroshi Tanahashi?
He did bust out some new gear, but he wore only like 1 gear all year.
I don't care. It looks better than anything the Young Bucks have ever worn.
No, the Bucks were phenomenal this year, and we left them off last year. Hell no, non-negotiable. Like, like the Bucks put out denim that was dope.
As the Rockers.
It doesn't matter. Like, bro, they've like taking their shit. Like, bro, when they came out dressed as the Lakers, like, bro,
years ago when Velveteen won over Sasha Banks.
He won the award. We nominated him.
And what did we say? He shouldn't have even placed. That's exactly what we all said. We put him on there.
No, we said he shouldn't have won. I think the Bucks are on here because they've had hard gear all year. They've had Army stuff. They've had every color you can think of. They had the Laker gear. They had the denim shit. Like, all they do is wear fly shit. They had the shit that they wore at All Out. I think it was red, white, and blue, if I'm not mistaken. Shit was hard.
I've never seen anything Young Bucks wore except for t-shirts and we're like, that's hard. Never.
Yeah.
That's me personally.
Yeah.
That's what me think, I guess.
Yeah. We left them all last year, and I was like, I'm gonna watch them this year. And I feel like they've stepped me up. I feel like they've stepped it up even from last year.
I think Omega won better shit in this year, easily. Including that thing that I also don't like that you don't like either.
The gray.
The gray thing looks like a waterfall and a painting on it. Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah.
But everything else I still like better than anything in the Bucks worn.
Brit, hard jackets. Hard, looks like a star. I left Carmella off this shit for obvious reasons because she just showed back up. She showed up looking like a dominatrix. So
she's wearing dominatrix gear but it's red. Like, I'm not. No.
Cody, I think it was just more of the same, but it was still good.
I put Cody on there. I got Cody on there.
Then Io, I think Io is still more of the same.
I wouldn't have put Io on here. Like, not to say that her stuff isn't that good, but it's like, I don't think it's better than any of the stuff like, I don't think, like, okay, so for example, like, I think Sasha or Bianca or Io, I'll take Sasha and Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm good with that being the WWE side. Ospreay and Tanahashi will be my New Japan picks.
What about Hiromu? I know it's just a lot of colors, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just, for me, that's how I feel about Hiromu's. It's just a lot of loud shit. Look, it's not necessarily fly.
Yeah. That's my thing. It's not fly. Like, the best way to explain this, when you look at what he wore this year to Wrestle Kingdom, what he's worn throughout the year with, like, the fur deal with all of, like, the shit, it reminds me of, like, it's not too dissimilar from Dalton Castle shit.
Yeah, I mean, like a peacock out here. He like one of them boys.
Yeah, and And I don't mean it in no bad way. Like, it fits Hiromu because it's Hiromu, but like, if outside of the context of being Hiromu, that shit is hideous. Like,
Yeah. I can't fuck with it, Hiromu.
Like, obviously, a cacophony is sound, but it's a cacophony of color. Like, I'm good.
I thought
I like Hiromu.
I thought Okada had a good classic look, and that ring jacket I remember at Wrestle Kingdom was just like incredible.
The ring jacket.
But then he wore it all year.
Yeah, that's holding him back. Like, the jacket is great, but like, and one thing that fucks with me, because that man's always worn the shorts, and then he came out in the trunks. And because, Naito fan, which means obviously Okada hater, Zach, on Wrestle Kingdom, when he said that man's in a diaper, like, I can't unsee it now. It's a fly diaper, but a diaper nonetheless. So no, I cannot see it.
That's funny.
Zach has helped ruin Okada for me in that aspect of the aesthetics.
Zach out there putting the screws to you in many aspects.
Poison. These Naito fans are poison. Yes, absolutely.
One cannot understand a Naito fan, as you said. So I have 8. Like, I'm fine with Tanahashi there. Like, I got Sasha, Bianca, Bucks, Britt, Kenny, Cody, Ace, Will. Is there anybody else you can think of that's like?
Have you seen B Priestley?
Yes, she's had some tight shit all throughout the year.
It has killed Brits. I'm sorry. I would put Brit. I would put B over Brit. I would.
Have people seen B's though? That's the only thing, because I don't know.
My thing is, like, I don't really like Brit stuff is so spectacular looking. I think it's like
very professional looking. I think she's like a woman version of Cody. I think she's like a woman version of Cody.
I like Cody stuff more.
Like, all her shit's always is shiny. She always picks great colors, and like, I always like her jackets. But
I like Io stuff more
and her merch. I don't know if merch is to be taken into consideration here, but
because she says she's Michael Jordan, she has a 23 shirt.
She has that. She has like, no, I would tell you to like look at her Pro Wrestling Tees page. Like, she's just got a lot of like tight shit.
Okay, if Britt Baker's on here, then fine. Put Io back, because I think Io dresses better than the Britt. It looks more like a star than Britt when she comes out.
How many outfits did Io have? Just 2, or like? There's 2 that I can think of.
Colors, like, one will be blue, one will be like purple, one will be like a garnet color, one will be blue or purple. Gotcha. Like, it's basically 3 things, and it's all kind of the same. Well, except for the I almost called it the Takeover War Games. Well, it is War Games, actually. War Games.
Y'all, that's in
like, she came out in like where the black is purple.
If y'all in the chat hearing this, like, if there's anybody else y'all can think of for like the best dress shit, like, put them down. Like,
I would throw Mayu as well, just because she had more looks than anyone, but I don't think anything like peaked necessarily, except for like the tagging with Kagetsu outfit.
Mm-hmm. So Tanahashi with that one outfit.
Yes.
That one outfit.
Yes.
So is that different than Okada then?
It's fire.
Or is it just better than Okada? Okay.
It's better than Okada. That's what it comes back to.
Okay.
The fucking diaper thing ruined it.
The diaper.
It ruined it, damn it.
What about an outside the box pick like Sonata?
Sonata does have fly shit. He does. Like, I love what he wore in the G1. He always dresses, a man of fashion, of course.
Yeah.
Sonata.
I'm trying to think.
He would be somebody that he would be probably the 3rd best dressed person in New Japan, in my opinion.
Let me see.
Private
Parties has some creative stuff, but it don't quite always hit for me.
Who does?
Private Party.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna say something that's gonna make you
That man been wearing the same shit like Tomohiro Ishii.
I know. He's wearing the same shit every time.
The fuck? Like, nigga, you ain't changed the gear yet. Since I saw you. Like, bro, the shit he was wearing in 2016, like, with his name written on himself, was, like, way flyer than the shit he's wearing that was, like, Tetsuya Naito, Los Ingobernables. Like, that shit was way doper in 2016 than the shit he's wearing now. Dan said Dom Mysterio. That's hilarious.
I mean, no, we're not talking about street clothes. We're talking about ring attire. But if you include the street clothes, then yes, because that was funny. That wasn't a YSL buckle.
Anybody in WWE that I can think of?
Anybody in WWE?
Yeah, is there anybody I'm forgetting? Because they have such a fucking large roster.
You got Sasha and Bianca. Who dresses better than them? Or
yeah, that'll be the benchmark. I'm like, can you dress better than Sasha and Bianca? If not, fuck off.
Can you even dress as well?
I would say, what about AJ Styles?
With Johnny.
I don't.
The same she's been wearing ever since in WWE. So
yeah.
I mean, that's a high bar.
Yeah.
But there was nothing special he broke out this year.
Nothing special. Yeah. The Fiend.
Somebody that would what? The Fiend.
I'm kidding.
Do you want to say Roman because he dropped the
man got more naked out there? Nah. Man, Daniel Bryan's gotten more dull as he's gotten older. That man decided to like de-swag himself.
That's kind of how.
That man decided to de-emphasize the swag on you niggas. Give you a chance to catch up. Murphy? Nah, nothing. Nope.
I mean,
Ray?
Always the New Day. Always the New Day.
Bro, the New Day shit to me is just, it's so bold and overstated. I feel like.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah. Let me check NXT. I know everybody in NXT just wears black, but
for eighth person.
I'm just looking just to see if there's anybody that can present a challenge.
Everybody that's in NXT, we've seen all their shit that they've worn before, except for like Candice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think.
And Candice stuff looks good, but like she looks like a top-notch indie wrestler. No shade or anything like that, but like she's wearing stuff she always wore that is darker.
Jeremy submitted a good one, the Hurt Business. I just don't know. I can't think of what they wear.
All they wear is black and gold.
Yeah.
They wear all the shit you've ever seen them wear except it's black and gold.
Mm-hmm.
Flashies in black and gold.
And then them boys fly outside the ring too.
Black and gold. Who?
I said they fly outside the ring too.
Yeah, when they dress like deacons, yeah.
Yeah.
They're dressed like deacons, all of them. All of them.
Hikaru Shida?
Last year she was on this list. This year I think she took a step back because she didn't feel the need to like change that much this year.
She did like that one.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah, she did that one outfit change.
Yeah, like she's been in the skirt cosplaying as some video game character ever since.
I'm trying
no shade, looks good, but I wouldn't put her on there.
I'm trying to think like I'm willing to hear stuff about Britt, but I think Britt I think she's like got a super look.
I like Sheeta stuff more than Britt, but Britt has a number of them, and Sheeta's only had like 2 things this year.
Yeah.
The one we first fell in love with, and then this one, which is also good, but not as good.
So Dan said Bronson Reed in that Bam Bam gear. So the only reason I wouldn't put Bronson Reed with that is it's too much cosplay on that. And then like you can't wear that regularly. Bro, like, for me, bro, like, bro, Sasha should, like, win this by a bigger margin than she's ever had. I feel like her gear has been better this year than it's ever been. Like, remember fucking July 4th when she came out there with the red, white, and blue shit? Like, bro, like, she had me considering being patriotic. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't like that Bianca Belair SmackDown outfit. What the fuck? Like, where do you get that? The Black History Month outfit? Like, it should be them two, and then whatever the fuck happens.
Roman gear that looks like just, you know. I don't know. If I had to pick somebody to win it this year, I'd probably pick Ospreay, because I loved his Wrestle Kingdom stuff. And I also liked what he wore. I also really loved what he wore during the G1. But, like the best gear I've seen this year was his Wrestle Kingdom stuff in the world. And then he came out with a tiger on the side of his jacket.
All right, so we got 8. I got Sasha, Bianca, Bucks, Britt, Kenny, Cody, Tanahashi, Ospreay. That's good for me. I only have 5 written on the put them in the coffin award. I'm sure you may have more stuff. Probably stuff I just couldn't remember.
You had Evil, The Fiend, Dexter Lumis, The Undertaker, Velveteen Dream, right?
Bro, The Undertaker has won this award before.
No, I'm saying you have him on there, right?
I do, yes.
You have the... Okay, so Natsuko Tora definitely has to be on here.
Whoo!
She is... For those that don't watch, she is basically evil, except never put in position to win a fucking title. Because why would you do such a thing with that kind of act? Somebody needs to go the fuck away.
Yeah. It's like they took the gas off Corbin this year, so like I haven't heard much about Corbin as they did in the past.
Like, this stuff with Elias sucked. Like, don't get it twisted, that sucked. But like, nah, that's not to the standard of what this is.
So that man's like the reverse, like Ibushi, like. It's like, bro, a couple years ago, you was really fucking great at what you at sucking, but this year it sucked. Don't get it wrong, but like it just didn't suck as much like as it did in the past.
I think I'm good with those 6.
Comment section, anyone you can think of, put them in the coffin. What about this stuff in NXT? Is there anyone you can think of? I tried to think of some.
I mean, Loomis is it.
I tried to think of some stuff for AEW, but it was like the people that they pull that aren't working, they typically pull them or whatever.
I mean, they pulled back their collective,
weeks into the year, yeah.
So I'm not even.
They got nominated last year on this, and placed.
I mean,
look.
Abaddon.
I thought about it. The only thing that I hesitated with Abaddon is she hasn't had her big match yet. So that was the only reason I hesitated on it. It was me being kind and also aware of the people that like Abaddon. So like I wanted to at least give her a shot.
Okay, if that's the case, and we got to take the Fiend off here, don't we? Because the people love them some Fiend. And
no, but I'm like they love him, but the Fiend has also produced trash and like soul sucking, change the channel, horrible like television. Like Abaddon at least. What I'm saying is Abaddon hasn't even had a meaningful like match yet. So like if you come out here and suck. Like against I think she's gonna get saved by the calendar. Like, but next year, I think she's definitely a contender for this.
I think she's going to miss it because they're gonna have that match and they'll be like, "Oh my god, why do we even fucking do this?" And then they'll never put her on TV again after this.
Man, and she'll slip through. Look, she'll slip through the cracks of time. Who knew?
What? I'm saying you need to get it in now.
Man, so like,
if you don't want to. That's unfair to fine. I'm not gonna put her on. That's fine.
I just don't think there's enough because like I hate to say it, she wasn't a channel changer like on the quarter hours. It's not for me.
Long enough to be in the quarter. She's out here having a 3-minute match. So then
Yeah.
they go to the main event.
Dan said, Otis, man, that's a good one. They came out there, gave that man that Money in the Bank briefcase, took his friend, took his woman, beat him for the briefcase, didn't do a feud, and he's just hanging.
For me, that's more likely to be put on like worst long-term direction.
That's a good idea. Worst long-term direction, yeah.
They elevated to a spot and then did everything in their power to ruin it. But I wouldn't put him in a coffin because like Otis can go out there and do the caliper any old fucking day as a comedy act. That's fine. Jeff Hardy.
Woo! Explain, sir.
Every fucking feud they do with him is about his past as alcoholic.
Man.
And they all fucking suck. The Sheamus, he threw fake piss into Sheamus' face.
I remember this.
They did a thing where he killed Elias, Sheamus framed him for murdering Elias via drunk driving, where they tried to frame him for that, and they arrested him. How did this all pay off? It all fucking works.
How are you going to explain this to Sierra? How are you going to explain this to Sierra?
I mean, we have to talk. Look, in fact, how about this? We are putting Jeff Hardy on here so that Sierra can materialize and come down from the heavens and talk to us because we miss her. How about that? I'm sending out the bird call so the bird comes back.
Wow. Yeah.
Put Jeff Hardy on there.
Dan and Murray said Braun Strowman and The Miz.
I don't know what Braun Strowman did. It's not just like the stuff that you deal with when you mess with the Fiend.
Yeah. He did that handicap match against Miz and Morrison. That was god awful.
Did he say Alexa Bliss?
No. Miz and Braun Strowman.
Look, so I know that Miz cut a promo on a fucking blonde wig this year. I'm aware.
Yep.
But he's so low stakes that it's like I can't really like Evil
is high stakes.
Was a bog on the top of the card in New Japan. The Fiend is a bog on the top. It's blight on. It's blight on the top of these main roster shows. Dexter Lumis is wreaking havoc on NXT every fucking week. Natsuko Tora is fucking up the mid card every chance she gets. The Undertaker shows up and wastes our time every WrestleMania year about I may or may not go away. Velveteen Dream is a sex pest. and he got a title match at Adam Cole. And he had a few Adam Cole.
And he stinks.
And it stunk so bad because he stunk so bad that like Adam Cole went from one of the greatest years in WWE history to like we can't even nominate him for Wrestler of the Year because of how bad the first quarter of the year was for him because of dealing with that idiot.
Yikes.
So yeah,
that man gonna win this shit. That man radioactive. Like I think he might beat Evil.
Who knows?
It's just for visibility.
Possibly, yeah. So I wouldn't put Miz on there. Braun Strowman is kind of like you can put him on there or you can not. I don't care one or the other.
I don't have a problem with Braun this year because, like, as you said, he wasn't ever supposed to be there.
Yeah, all that shit is his fault. Like,
bro, imagine if they were gonna put Roman Reigns on there. They were gonna tie up Roman with a fucking Fiend. Thank God for Roman Reigns leaving.
I don't think they do that. I think Roman's like, I'm champion, I'm going to do something else. And they're like, okay. I mean, maybe. Because, did he come out? No, that was set up the Rollins thing. So never mind. That was to continue the Rollins thing from the first SmackDown of 2019 on Fox.
What about... So I've got 7. I've got Evil, Loomis, Undertaker, Velveteen...
Lana.
You got it. You got it.
Lana sucked.
Or Nia Jax. Or Nia Jax. Lana or Nia Jax.
Lana, because remember, what happened at the beginning of the year?
I don't know.
Lana was involved with that Rusev and Lashley shit.
Oh, yeah. Lana.
Like, you say she was go away and start over, like, for putting a coffin. They tried multiple things with her and they all sucked.
Man, but like with Nia, what if they tried once putting her in the coffin and going away? Like, look, there's somebody that is yelling somewhere. I imagine when we put this out, like, what about Charlotte? You know, put her in the coffin.
Charlotte had good ass matches this year. She actually bounced back this year, and then she.
Man, I feel like there's another. I feel like there's another pick besides Lana.
Okay, so hold on. So we got 6. I'm suggesting that we put Lana. Well, I'm suggesting that we put Lana and Nia in there to make 8.
Okay, then who we bumping then? Because
wait, who's the 7th person in?
7th person I had was Jeff Hardy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Lana can't escape this wrath, bro. I'm sorry. That shit sucked this year, bro. If you want to say Nia versus Lana on there, I'm okay with that.
Oh
too.
My god!
If you want to hear it, but the thing is this: with Nia, because Nia fucking cracked.
Bro, she be injuring people. Yes, bro.
Yeah. Nia, I'm sorry. Like
Nia gonna get votes.
We have tried our best for the last 6 or not 6 years. She ain't been around that long. Like last 3 years to not put Nia on here. We enough.
I feel like we've been overly fair to Nia Jax on this show. Personally, there are people that just like are unreasonable about her.
She avoided it when she broke Becky's nose, and we still said shit happens. But what the fuck are you doing? And that was for me. That was like that's the last time we're like I can't. This person needs to go back and train or whatever else. Not saying that she's a terrible person because she injures people. I'm just saying she needs to go back because this keeps happening and nothing's going to change unless it happens. And then she got double ACL surgery, came back, and then almost immediately cracked Kyrie's head by throwing her into the fucking steps too hard. Nope, throw her on there.
All right, Jeff Jarrett, Finesser of the Year. So I've got 6 names. I don't know if you have more than that.
I didn't have any names, so I'm pretty good with whatever you want to rock with. If you give me names, I might come up with 2 more people.
Okay. I've got Don Callis, Roman Reigns, Goldberg, Becky Lynch, the Good Brothers, and Bruce Pritchard.
Okay. I don't like you putting Becky Lynch on there. She ain't do nothing wrong. I understand I understand that like that's not what necessarily you ain't got to do anything wrong or right necessarily. And upon her, you just got to end up in an advantageous situation. But getting pregnant and going away isn't necessarily like she's a super true businesswoman that decided to come upon.
How is she not? How is she not? She never had to do a job. She never had to lose. She can come back whenever she wants, and Vince will think she's a draw because anyone you bring back is a draw. Like, bro,
okay,
it's amazing, bro. She gets to actually like become a mother, and she's like, I assume still getting paid. Like, her downside.
You actually know this,
huh?
You don't actually know if she's coming back or not. We're assuming that.
I think she'll be back eventually, but
I think she will too. We don't know that.
Yeah.
How come Edge isn't on here?
Oh, that's a good one. Said, yeah, Tony Khan looking at me. Oh, really? How about this 3-year deal?
Yeah.
Man, that's a good one.
I think he fits on there more in a traditional sense than Becky does. I don't like you saying it's just like
No. She didn't get pregnant to avoid doing jobs. Her getting pregnant enabled her to not have to do jobs. Not to lose to a soul on the way out. Beat the whole locker room like Bret Hart in '97. She beat the sexy boy. She beat your dead man. She beat your toughest SOB. She beat all of them, and she left.
Basically, what you're saying is she didn't do exactly what I think you're accusing her of doing because she had no actual real intent or malice involved.
Correct.
Okay, but she's still a finesser though.
There are good types of finesse in here, you know.
I agree, but there has to be intent involved for the finesses where I'm at, or where I'm at. On like Roman, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this.
They got the belt.
I'm not coming to your COVID party. No, thank you.
Ooh, Dan put a good one. Rey Mysterio got his whole family paid by Vince. That's great working. That is elite level working. Hold on. Whole family paid. That's amazing, actually. Man.
Okay. If you're not going to take Becky Lynch off here, if you're not going to take Becky off, then you have to put Arisa on there.
Arisa? Because she retired, so she didn't have to do no jobs either. She never had to lose that belt.
That is the story you've been telling. The same thing with Becky. I don't believe that to be the case. I believe that she got injured and she can only wrestle. But your whole thing was like, ain't got to put over Julia, ain't got to put over Tam. You just leave the territory with the belt and then hand it over and walk away. All year it's annoying me because I'm like, Arisa is dumb. I believe Arisa to not be smart enough to have the I don't believe he had the faculties for that, big man. I don't believe Arisa has the faculties for that.
Okay, Dan also said Billy Gunn, he has his sons undefeated in AEW and unemployed.
No, I'm not giving Billy Gunn.
I can't reward the Gun Club. I'm sorry, I like Austin Gunn's raps, but nah.
Look, train. That's it. That's all I want out of you. That's all. That's the only thing I want you to contribute to this business from this point forward. Train.
Yeah, that's it. Train more. What about? I was thinking maybe Matt Hardy. Maybe. Nah. Yeah, never mind. He had to give up some shit in exchange for that. Trying to think. Okay. Is there anybody in NXT who is a finesser? How about Finn Balor? Bro, that man takes that schedule. Of course.
He became the champion because people got hurt.
That man is like the NXT Wrestler of the Year by default because he's the only one with like a consistent narrative. Like,
it doesn't.
Man. And he's probably still getting the same money that he's always getting, not to go to AEW.
And he's having the best matches of his career in WWE.
Man,
this year.
I'm willing to replace Becky Lynch with him.
Okay.
That is, okay. I'm proud of this category. So we've got Don Callis for...
I know you like, because you like to talk about this with Finn Balor. He's murdered. He's already beaten everybody that's already challenged him. So he
can't lose to nobody without it looking dumb or doing a third match. What a worker! It helps when the booker's a mark for you. Inside information. So, Don Callis for finessing Impact into AEW and then getting into the act with the new champion of AEW. Just absolute masterclass of finessing. Roman Reigns for saying, fuck you, I'm out of here, and then getting the belt upon his return and getting the turn.
I'm not coming back to you, promise me the belt. Actually, no, he already had the belt promised to him and still left.
Yep, still left.
Yeah.
Goldberg swooping in for that nice Saudi Arabian check, and then WrestleMania check, and then dropping that belt and getting the fuck out of here. Finn Balor, what we just talked about, the Good Brothers. It pays to have friends in great places. And look, they're in the angle too with Kenny.
That's all that is,
bro. Like, and you think like they got the WWE money, and bro, like workers, like Bruce Pritchard finessed himself into running Raw and SmackDown. Unbelievable. Last man standing,
bro. When did they get rid of Heyman as a head of Raw? Was that this year?
Yeah, that was this year.
Raw has undoubtedly gotten worse since
you know what I think the directive is? I think the directive is like, man, fuck Raw. We gonna put everything we got in the SmackDown. And might as well say, look, Vince, you might as well save some money. If I fire Heyman, I can just make Bruce do this too, and I don't have to increase him. You know, trying to save a quick buck. You know, and Edge for coming back, getting that 3-year deal after saying, "Hey, Tony Khan's looking at me." WrestleMania match. And then one other match in the Royal Rumble. And lots of money. Rey Mysterio gets his whole family paid, essentially. And it's sort of like in there. Like, I don't... So, the funny shit about Rey, right? Being here and getting his whole family paid. And I think that we thought, like, oh yeah, well, he wants to get his son going. Like, bro, if it's one thing AEW's proved, like, they will take you and your kids. Like... fucking roster. Like, what do you think, they were not going to take Dominic Mysterio? All right.
God.
Oh man. All right. So, man, I'm glad we started recording this, because this is not the show, y'all, that are hearing this. This is just, you know, for y'all. Maybe I'll rip the audio off this and then put it on the feed, but
maybe it should be the show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's continue.
But Russo McMahon, who booked this shit award.
Okay, so is this the worst booking this single? Is this the? I forgot how this works. Cause every year I feel like it changes, but it doesn't. I just keep forgetting what it is.
Man.
Okay. So,
I'm trying to think, because I have something on here that I feel like is a long-term direction. Actually.
Right. And I always confuse the two between who booked this shit. Is who booked this shit single direction, and the other one is worse long-term booking.
Yeah. I think we should merge these awards this year.
Well, okay, so all right. So I know on the positive end of this, we have a moment of the year.
Yes.
Right.
Should we just take out the long-term direction and then put it under just the who booked this shit in general? But the stuff that I have in long-term direction on here, I have 7 things. So
okay, so we have success of the year, and success of the year is long-term, right?
Right. Hold on, let me check. Success of the year.
Isn't that more or less long-term stuff, or no?
Hold on. Yeah, creative success of the year. Yeah, that's the stuff I have here is like Jon Moxley's world title reign, TNT championship reign, Stadium Stampede. This is where I took the cinematic matches to make sure the voting didn't get fucked up. So like they didn't rob those real wrestling matches. I have the Stadium Stampede, the Boneyard match, Drew McIntyre's main event elevation, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
Okay, so we have singular moments and long. Okay, so I'm okay with. All right, so who booked this shit and worst long term?
And Die Rocky Die, like yeah, that's.
All right, so. Well, like, do you remember what won like Die Rocky Die last year?
Die Rocky Die last year. I would have to look it up unless somebody in the chat can do some quick searching for me.
All right, well, I'm getting confused on which is what. Like Die Rocky Die and who booked this shit? Like, should we just consolidate this into one?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. What are we going? What name?
Die Rocky Die. Who booked this shit? Failure of the year.
Okay.
All right, so I have 12 things now, I guess, for 8 spots. And some of it might even... Hold on. I'm gonna move these up.
Well, I'll put it like this:
Evil's on there twice in both of them.
This.
Hold on. Let me see. So that'll be easy to cut down.
What were the two evil ones? What do you name them both as?
Okay, so Evil, main eventer, and then Evil as IWGP IC double champion.
All right, so just say Evil as main eventing double champion.
Yeah, Evil main eventing double champion.
Or main eventer / double champion.
I was gonna say main event IWGP double champion. Okay, so the things that I have now that we don't have the Evil thing, I have 11 things. So, Keith Lee's main roster rollout, FTR Bucks build, Kota Ibushi loses G1 briefcase for second hastily made double gold dome dash, Charlotte's Road.
Okay, you got to shut that down. You got to be like, Kota Ibushi loses Wrestle Kingdom briefcase to Jay White. Or actually, no, loses briefcase. Kota Ibushi loses Wrestle Kingdom briefcase. That should be what it should be typed out as. Because hastily, like you made that into a run-on sentence.
Yeah.
It's FTR versus the Young Bucks on there as a feud.
Yeah, that was the one I said right before that. So, Evil, Keith Lee, FTR Bucks, Kota Ibushi loses Wrestle Kingdom briefcase, Charlotte's road to and through WrestleMania, Rhea Ripley's booking, constant interference in IWGP title matches, which probably falls under Evil. Yeah, that one falls under Evil, so I'm gonna chop that.
I'm trying to figure out how to word what Charlotte did this year, what they.
Charlotte torpedoes NXT. How about that?
I was trying to say, how do I say? Like I was saying, Charlotte ruins all things NXT. That's or Charlotte torpedoes all things NXT. It's like Bianca, Rhea, and Shayna all had to feel it.
Yep. Got to not yet. You're about to feel the wrath of the realers, nigga. I hit them up. Oh yeah, I have Otis winning Money in the Bank on there, Dan. All right. The next thing I had was Rhea Ripley's booking, NXT's constant hot shotting.
I would take Rhea off because the Charlotte thing is included in that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the Rhea thing is included in the Charlotte thing.
Okay. So NXT constant hot shotting. AEW's women's division, Retribution's WWE takeover, Otis wins Money in the Bank. So I have 9 things for 8 spots.
I don't know about the Retribution thing because, like, the only part that sucks about it is the fact that they didn't actually try it. They just they half-assed it and they let them out there to die.
Bro, and then, like, remember when that shit was rolling out, that shit was, like, getting laughed at, like, universally.
Oh, yeah, the face, the masks are fucking horrible. And
the names.
And, like, then they tied it to the hacker thing, which was like, okay, I remember it was, like, saying,
stop
like, you sound like hacker names and whatever else. And then Mustafa Ali's out there, and none of that shit ties to, at least hasn't yet, and it's been months. We still don't know who the fucking hacker is. Yeah. Oh, bro. Was that? Please tell me what day was
bro.
That, bro?
It's bad, bro.
It is bad. Hold on.
Like, all right, so
They own this shit, bro.
you know, shit. I'll argue that like they did what they needed to do for the AEW Women's Division this year. Don't overexpose it.
All right, bro. So,
look, booking, giving it more time would be malpractice.
Lana and Lashley wedding missed last year, missed the cutoff date, so it should be eligible.
Man,
that needs to be on here.
The Die Rocky Die
to be on here because it missed cutoff last year.
Man, the wedding.
It would have been the single worst thing I saw in wrestling all the last 14 months. Which is something because I watch fucking weird Japanese wrestling.
Okay, so we got 10 for 8 spots now. So, Evil is main event IWGP double champions, a lock. Keith Lee's rollout, lock. FTR Bucks, lock. Kota Ibushi loses Wrestle Kingdom briefcase, lock. Charlotte Torpedoes NXT, lock.
Could we do this? Can we get rid of the Keith Lee rollout and say NXT has 4 champions in 7 weeks or 6 weeks? Because that's what happened.
I think Keith Lee as a main roster rollout is a much larger talking point and something I don't think anyone's ever brought up them having. Like, that's a cool antidote, but I don't think it's ever been, like, brought up, like, as them having 4 champions in 7 weeks. But Keith Lee's main roster rollout is, like, his fucking music sucked, his fucking gear sucked, his fucking everything sucked. Like, he had, like, 10 matches and, like, 8 of them ended in no finish and shit like that. Like, that's, like, tragic. Like,
But is that, in fact, worse than what they did with Matt Riddle, even though Matt Riddle shouldn't be on TV?
Since Matt Riddle shouldn't even be here, I'm not even considering Matt Riddle.
Okay. I mean, because if... I feel like you can put Keith Lee with Retribution and say NXT call-ups burn in hell this year. From Shayna to Bianca to Keith Lee to Retribution.
Man.
All of them were murdered before they even had a chance to breathe their first breath.
So that would just kind of be renaming Keith Lee's. But we still wouldn't drop anything.
Well, it will be consolidating the Keith Lee and the Retribution thing.
Okay.
Because also, ties to a larger thing is like, why are you fucking everybody up? Which I feel like we do this every year. They fuck up NXT call-ups every year on this thing.
Man, I think Lee's been fucked up more than anybody else because like them Retribution people are largely geeks. Like,
man's wife girlfriend jumped into a match in the middle of the ring to fucking.
That's right. She was
tweaking.
Yeah, that shit. God damn, so bad. Oh my god,
it is so bad that Mercedes Martinez left and hasn't come back. For all we know, she has left the business.
Oh, she came back this week. I think.
Oh, how nice of her.
Yeah.
Going like,
all right, so how can we turn it? Because I feel like Keith Lee should be spotlighted here. Because it was so much of a fucking thing. Like, it was trending on Twitter. Like, so was Retribution, to be fair.
Keith Lee and NXT call-ups murdered on site. Or DOA.
Keith Lee and
NXT call-ups, or you say in 2020 NXT call-ups, DOA on main roster.
Call-ups killed on or dead on arrival.
Which one is Dijak? T-Bar?
Yes.
T-Bar. Imagine having a fucking 6'7" dude that can flip around with a 6-pack, and Vince McMahon says, "Yeah, let's do that with that guy.
We're gonna name you T-Bar." What the fuck?
Let's put a Jason Voorhees, Casey Jones hockey mask on him to wrestle.
The fuck? Okay, so
Vince McMahon 1997 would fire Vince McMahon in 2020 in a heartbeat.
okay, so I have 9 things here now.
Okay.
Evil, Keith Lee in the call-ups, FTR and Bucks, Ibushi loses briefcase, Charlotte torpedoes NXT, NXT constant hot-shotting, AEW Women's Division, although I'd argue that was the right thing to do. Otis wins Money in the Bank, Lana and Lashley wedding. I'd be willing to drop Otis wins Money in the Bank, honestly. Huh?
Yeah. Awful. Yeah.
I mean, that does show it failed, but
Oh yeah, I'd agree.
yeah.
Like whoever they were going to cash in or have him cash in on, like they were going to beat him anyway. He was going to become champion.
Yeah, I'll drop him. All right, so gimmick of the year, I have 5 things nominated. How many do you have? Did you not get that far?
I did not get that far because I was still trying to figure out how many fucking things I had to do for other categories. Gimmick of the year is best vehicle to get over in a year, right?
Yeah, I got 5 things. So I've got 1, super physical wrestling matches.
Yep.
Cody Rhodes TNT Open Challenge, being the elite. Okay. Hangman Page drinks beer. Ladder matches in WWE. I don't think we did.
Okay, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. So I have and ladder matches in WWE.
As best vehicle to get over.
I mean, that's what they do when they want someone to, they want to draw a rating. And it is a gimmick, but maybe I don't know.
I don't necessarily think of it that way, but maybe right. As far as like they do that to pop a rating, I never really thought about that. You just do it just to do it because they.
Oh, it works. Like every time they do one, like it's worth I don't know what percentage, but there's a reason they keep doing them.
But other gimmick matches don't work that way.
They do until you run to the ground, but ladders seem to be like impervious for whatever reason. For now.
Okay. The Hangman ladder matches,
TNT Open Challenge, and super physical wrestling matches.
Okay.
Like niggas just saying, fuck it, we just gonna like slap. And whatever else the fuck.
Okay, so that opens up. There's 3 slots left, right? Basically,
right?
Or maybe one. Was there anybody that you felt like on an individual level did something to get themselves super over besides the Hangman drinking beer thing? I mean, we did Orange Cassidy last year. John Silver being John Silver, would that be one?
I kind of I counted that as being the elite, kind of.
Okay.
Well, even though he's like a standout person.
Okay, so the being the elites that are helmed by Dark Order, are they called being the Dark Order?
No, it's all called being the elite.
Okay. I thought that was a thing. I thought it was an actual thing.
But niggas are making Dark Order supercuts of that shit and uploading it.
Things that got over big. Things get over.
I would present some WWE stuff, but like things don't get over, in WWE typically. Good God, do we have to nominate cinematic matches?
Who got over doing a cinematic match?
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker got more over than he was before doing cinematic matches. Is that actually true? Or
yes, because the people said that's the best match he had in years.
But did he get more over? Did that sell him more merchandise?
I don't know.
Did that rate search history on Google?
I don't know.
That Dakota hour doing.
Best vehicle to get over.
I mean,
it's a very tough year because like Dave was saying, like you couldn't, like new people couldn't really see what caught on or whatever. So it was just like what he called a retardation of the process.
Okay, so last year, right? We're doing basically one version of a bad version of this and a one good version of this, where we consolidate both sides, right?
What you mean?
Okay, so last year, we for success. Did we have success of the year and gimmick of the year together or no?
No.
Okay, all right, never mind. Withdrawn.
Wow, Britt in the wheelchair. The golf cart, that's funny. I will say this, the waiting room is awesome. Just knowing it's on dark, so like whatever.
I don't know what that is. The waiting room.
Oh, they give her own talking segment.
On dark.
Yep.
And I'm guessing it's set in a dentist waiting room.
Yes.
Okay.
I know you didn't watch it, but Frank Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, like you got like go out of your way to see that. Like they cut a promo on there and it was like incredible.
I got best of Super Junior matches to watch. Maybe I'll get to it like in February. I don't know.
So they're doing a new gimmick like now. So like if they ever lose a match together, Daniels and Kazarian, they're no longer a team. So I think they're about to go on a streak. And like the promo they cut was incredible. Like Daniels was like, man, well fuck it, like I ain't shit, I'm gonna retire, whatever. And then Frankie like let him in, was like, you don't get to quit or whatever. And it was really great. Like like one of the best talking segments of the year.
The Young Bucks on pay-per-view and then lose, and then Daniels retires.
That's probably what's gonna happen. Like, and they gonna go on a streak.
Yeah, that's fine. Because SCU has had a title shot since like the beginning of the year.
Yeah, Britt has the vehicle or whatever, the golf cart, or did. I'm trying to think. There has to be something else though.
I would say Britt Baker's heel turn.
Is that? Hold on, let me see.
The best vehicle to get over? When she was cutting those promos in Utah talking about them being incest children, yeah, that was fucking killer.
Yeah.
I don't know how you want to word that, but, you know.
Britt Baker breaks. I might want to put that in creative success of the year.
I don't think it would fit that. Because we have...
Yeah, it would get no votes, yeah.
Yeah. I just think that like her character, I don't know how you split that as like from her being she's babyface to a heel, how you define that, but that would be a top gimmick.
I would say I'll say AEW hands Britt Baker the mic.
Yeah.
So we have 6 on that. I think I'd be willing to keep that there just because like it feels like we're bereft of like gimmicks.
I mean, it's almost as if like wrestling was hard this year.
Yeah. Okay.
It's almost like we have things that cause stuff to not be like peak or be great in a way that it normally is.
Yeah. Okay. I have 7 matches for WWE Match of the Year. So.
Okay, what are they?
Walter versus Ilya Dragunov.
That's one.
Finn Balor versus Kyle O'Reilly. Matt Riddle versus Tim Thatcher in the fight pit.
I don't know if I put that on there.
Undisputed Era versus Broserweights.
That's a contender.
Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens at TLC.
I'll take your word for it.
Sasha Banks.
People love it, so
Sasha Banks and Bayley at Hell in a Cell. Not my favorite, but it's getting highly reviewed.
I feel like there's other stuff that will kill it. But
Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. I didn't see it, but I know it got great reviews.
I gave it 4.5. More people like it than that.
Yeah. So we have 7 right there. Unless you can think of like one that you think can challenge the fight pit, and then one more.
Well, I mean, War Games kicks the shit out of War Pit.
War Games, yeah, for sure.
Men's War Games.
Yep.
There's a sex pest with a match that could get that. You know, I gave 5 stars and regret giving it, but it's still 4 1/4 or 4 3/4.
Jordan Devlin and Tyler Bate.
Yep, from
Is there anything that can challenge it? Because I am more than willing to exclude
the sex pest.
Yeah, if we have to, you know, if it comes down to that, to where it's like, oh, niggas shouldn't have been raping, you know, or whatever the fuck you was doing.
Stop. I mean, I got another match, but it's another problematic motherfucker.
See.
Like Plasmori Webster in Mandrews versus Dunn in Riddle.
All right, I'm going with Devlin and Bate.
Yeah, that match is better.
Yeah.
All right, so what did I have at the top?
Okay, we got Walter and Ilya Dragunov, Balor and O'Reilly, NXT Men's War Games.
That's a lot.
UE versus Broserweights, Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens in TLC, Sasha Banks versus Bayley, Hell in a Cell, Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles, and then Jordan Devlin versus Tyler Bate.
All right. I mean, there's stuff I like more, but I'm okay with that list. Like, you know, I think I like it, yeah, I think that's the list. That's fine.
Yeah. AEW match of the year. So I have 8 matches on here. You may think of some other ones, but I've got Young Bucks, Kenny and Hangman, Kenny Omega and Pac, Best Friends and Proud and Powerful.
Stop again, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Bucks and Kenny versus Hangman. Excuse me. Bucks versus Kenny and Hangman.
I hope they go Elite, stomp the dog shit.
Get that nigga a triple super kick. Kenny Omega and Pac. Best Friends versus Proud and Powerful. Bucks and FTR. Wheeler. FTR and Bucks versus Lucha Bros and Butcher and the Blade. That match where they just went fucking nuts.
Amen.
Yeah. Jungle Boy versus MJF. Double or Nothing. Cody Rhodes versus Wardlow. Cage match in Atlanta. And Kenny Omega versus Hangman Page. I'd be willing to hear an argument for Kenny versus Pentagon somewhere.
Okay, so...
However, I was trying to be aware of Kenny not splitting the vote too much across 4 of 8 matches. Unless he absolutely has to be there. Okay,
so you got FTR versus the Young Bucks on there. You have the Young Bucks FTR 8-person match with Butcher, Blade, and Lucha Bros.
Yep.
You got the Iron Man match. You got the tag match right after the Iron Man match with Kenny and Hangman and the Bucks.
Yep.
You got Hangman versus Kenny on here.
Yep.
And you got the Backroom Brawl.
Yep.
Do you have Stadium Stampede on here?
No, because I have Stadium Stampede and Creative Success of the Year.
Okay. You got to put it on here. Even though I don't think it's a fucking match, but whatever. Put it on there. Okay. Actually, no.
Okay. I foolproofed it for that very reason. I was like, the matches I didn't want to get distracted from, like, because it took hours and hours and hours to do those other things, right? Like they were filming the Stadium Stampede all night.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine with me. Yeah, there was a match. Whatever. Fine. Okay. I thought you were going to put it on there, so I just took it as a granted, but I wouldn't have put it on there if it was up to me, so I'm good with that. It sounds like mostly a good list. Like most stuff that you have on here, stuff I would have put on here. Like the Revolution tag match for the tag belts. Do you have Hangman and Kenny versus? Oh, you don't want to split more Kenny votes. I'm sorry. Okay.
Look at me, keeping Kenny Omega away from a list.
Stupid. Okay, so
even though that match should probably be on there, Kenny Omega and Heyman versus the Lucha Bros, but literally no one remembers it.
So which Moxley match are we putting on here? Are we putting the Brody match on here, or are we going to put the Darby match on here?
Brody, Darby, Kingston.
Or the Kingston match.
Yeah, I wouldn't put the MJF in that class. I would probably go with the Brody match. Do you think that was better than Jungle Boy versus MJF, though?
I would rather... If I'm going to watch something just in a vacuum, just to throw it on and have a blast, to watch like fun wrestling, I would throw on the Brody thing before I would throw on the Kingston thing. The Kingston thing has hardcore stuff that I'm not really, in love with, as far as what I want out of my wrestling, in general. So I will go with the Brody match as well.
Yeah. So what are we taking off? Because I'm like, so the one that I'm
on there. What was the other match I'm thinking of? I'm not saying that I necessarily want to throw Kenny or Cody versus Wardlow off yet, but
I just think that was such a big match.
Oh yeah, there's something else.
So I have Jungle Boy and MJF on there.
That's the one. Is Jungle Boy MJF necessarily better than any of them, or better than the first Sammy versus Darby match?
I think it is, quite frankly, because they did a kind of traditional PWG style match, and it went like, I think, over 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. And what Sammy and Darby did was like the big brawl before the match, the super table spot, Sammy with the 450 over that, and then they did like a 5-minute match that was like, it was excellent. Like, don't get it wrong, like it was like phenomenal. I just think just for a pure like match, for me it would be Jungle Boy MJF there, and the unique finish, like MJF stealing one on him, possibly a generational rivalry. I mean, that you can say that also for Sammy and Darby as well. This is very close. And I would,
even though I wasn't much of a fan of it, are we shortchanging the dog collar match with Cody and Brody?
I think we are, because I also wasn't the biggest fan of it. Like I thought they beat the fuck out of each other. Like I respect the hell out of it. Obviously now that match is getting looked at in a whole different light now. I think you got to find a spot for it.
Do you like it more than the Moxley match? Because I like the Moxley match.
I like the Moxley match better.
All right, throw the Moxley match on there.
Yeah. Jungle Boy and MJF, that hurt. Brody Lee. Oh, nothing. Boom. All right. New Japan match of the year. I'm just going to copy fucking Keeping It Strong Styles. So what's up?
How many matches they have on there?
Probably like 20.
Copy paid series will cut down to 8.
Let me see what they had.
Hopefully it's in chronological order.
Damn. I don't know their list.
Shit.
I didn't write it.
All right, I got up the. Have you written in your? Do you write it in on your thing or no?
No.
All right. Well, let's. Off the top of my head. Ibushi versus not Ibushi. I'm sorry. Will Ospreay versus Hiromu, Wrestle Kingdom Night 1. Yeah. Wrestle Kingdom 14 Night 1. Jan 4.
Okada versus Kota Ibushi. Of course, nobody remembers this match now.
Even though it's the best match of the year. can't wait to rewatch that match. If I get a chance. Yeah. So, the night 2 main event.
You know what? I feel about that match how you feel about the FTR and the Bucks match. I figured it out.
I think that match is way better than FTR and Bucks, but okay.
No, I'm saying how you feel about it or whatever. Like as far as like
What
the outside's critical acclaim like on it and compared to where you have it, I'm like, bro, I watched Okada and Naito and then I watched it was the next thing on there. It was like I watched Kenny versus Tanahashi, bro, and Kenny versus Tanahashi kicked the shit out of that match. Like, I watched them back to back.
I wasn't necessarily comparing it to any other match, though. I was just comparing it to, or the FTR match is like, well, maybe I was comparing it to previous Young Bucks matches. Like, to me, it's like, the work is great. The story of how you got there.
Man, this sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Well, losing to G1.
Yeah.
But like the story of all these things they put into place, like they didn't use it all in the match. It's like, well, then why the fuck did you do it? And then it's like, oh, so this basically is like a match that, aside from Matt selling his knee, like the same exact match we would expect out of these two if they had wrestled like the first week FTR showed up. Okay, great, outstanding. Yeah, so I put in 3 of them, right?
Yep.
Okay, so after that, Naito versus Tanahashi from the G1, and then that's night 2 of the G1.
Yeah.
Okada versus Shingo, that's night 13 of the G1. Hey, you ready to skip right the fuck over the G1 final?
I am.
Hiromu versus El Desperado. That's Super Junior final.
Yeah, I guess we gotta add that.
Like the last Tim and Zed match is so fucking incredible that you can almost forgive the fact that it was just a good first 20 minutes.
Tomohiro Ishii versus Shingo, New Japan Road.
I'd have to look through it, but like I'm just putting in locks for now.
Let me see where Ishii's. Cause the thing is, Ishii just has a fucking million of them, so it's like hard to narrow it down.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Shingo shit I would throw in here too. Like, I think the only 5-star match I gave any G1 match was Shingo versus Will 2.
Wow, Ishii's 45 years old. My fucking god. 41 recommended matches for Ishii.
Wow.
Good Christ.
You know, look, while in COVID jail.
Yes. Okay. Ishii and Jay White. I like that match a lot.
I like that too, but it's inflated for the same reason why the Ibushi Jay White match in the final last year was inflated. It's like, we don't want this guy to win, or we don't want this guy to win a block or win the G1 and someone stops him. Like, these Jay White matches, like at the top of these cards, are always about the stakes. It's not about the actual work.
Let's see. We can go Ibushi and Ishii. We can go Suzuki and Ishii.
Ibushi and Ishii is basically a smaller version of the G1 match they had 2 years ago. There's throat punching and throat chopping in it. It's incredibly violent. It's fucking awesome. I loved it. It just was shorter than the one in where were they? They were in some big building.
I don't know. It was brightly lit. That's all I remember.
What was it? Okay, what's the building that Ibushi is banned from doing dives off of the.
He was banned from the Budokan before.
I think that wasn't Budokan.
It wasn't that one because he did a backflip in that match.
Okay.
I think
one of my favorite gifts is like all of a sudden. All of a sudden, like there's a grip of like Ishii just lifting up and chopping Ibushi right in the fucking throat.
Okay, the Ishii match I'm putting it Ishii versus Shingo, New Japan Road, and Ishii versus Kota Ibushi. G1. I have 8 right there. I feel like I'm missing something because like Dragon Lee and Hiromu Takahashi was fucking great.
Yeah, but it was beginning of the year, and a lot of that is like, did we put any of the matches that were just we exchange the same move and we sell differently to it as we react to the crowd or not? Because like you got that match, you got the kick match between Ibushi and Taichi, and then you have the slap battle between the old man slap battle between Nagata and Suzuki. Those are all basically the same type of match. They're all fucking incredible. Don't get me wrong, they're all like some of the very best matches I've seen this year, but it's just you do something, I do something back, we sell our ass off and react to the crowd, and we sell and non-sell, and then we take it home. Mm-hmm. Like they're ingenious for the fact that like you ain't really got to do shit except for withstand the punishment, but they're the same match.
Some people I never watched Hiromu versus Ishii because I knew Ishii was gonna lose, so I just like fucking punted it.
That might be my. Hold on, let me go through this. Is that my? Hold on. Let me go through my random match. That might be my favorite Ishii matches here. Might be. He has so many damn. He has so damn many of them. Hold on. Recommended matches. Evil versus Evil, 4 1/4. That might have been the only good match. 3.5 stars in a 6-person tag on February 2nd.
Fun times.
Yeah. Ishii versus Desperado. That match was fucking awesome. The Big Pan Cup.
Yeah.
Hiromu versus Ishii gave it 4.5 and 4 3/4. Let's have a rewatch on it. I'll definitely do that. Ishii and Suzuki from September, 4.5. Ishii and Ospreay, 4 3/4. Ibushi and Ishii, 4 3/4. Ishii and Shingo, 4.5. Ishii and Taichi, 4 1/4. Ishii and Yujiro, 3.5. You know how good you got to be. You have 3.5 star match with Yujiro Takahashi. Jeff, 4 stars. Okada, 4.5. And I like, that's my favorite Okada Ishii match. We don't want to like the other one. Ishii Jay White, 4.5. Yeah, so I think for me, I think you gotta go with Ospreay match or the Ospreay match, the Shingo match, or the Ibushi match. But the Ibushi match is like same match I saw 2 years ago.
I'm gonna take that one off.
So if you're gonna go with an Ishii match, either the Shingo match from the G1 or
Suzuki.
Wait, didn't they have one earlier in the year too?
That's the one I was putting the one earlier in the year.
Best match.
I remember that one like because of the ending, like where Ishii walked off under his own power at the end, and then like he was still thinking the fight was going on after he lost.
He's the best.
Yeah, well, he was like, that's the one I put. So did you want me to put the Hiromu versus Ishii on there?
That match is so fucking good too. Like I'm basically like trying to find an Ishii match, and I'm stuck between splitting votes between 4 of them. Ask them in the group what they think. Is Jeremy said like?
I think we have lost all of our live viewers. They've gone to sleep.
Oh yeah, I can see that. That definitely. I can see that.
Fuck it, let's go with Hiromu. Like, he's already nominated for Wrestler of the Year. So is Ishii. So, what was that? Wrestle Kingdom 14. Yep. 14. I'm trying to get it where I could drop that shit right in the fucking document. G1 Night 2.
You know what? I like so much. Put the Ibushi match on there again. I don't care. Either it's going trying to go through all this so freaking difficult, bro. Like, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. Cause like it's the same exact match. It's the same match that you just like, yo, that's above 5-star, or that's one of those above 5-star deals, but it's super dangerous and it's like really short. What is fucking incredible.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Starter match of the year.
Oh God. All right. So, all right, because we missed the cutoff. Kagetsu versus Mayu versus Kagetsu Red Belt match. December 24th, 2019. That was the year-end climax match. That's 4 3/4.
Okay. What else you got? Mayu Iwatani versus Takumi Iroha.
Yep. February 8th, 2020. That's the first match. Another match that needs to be named on there is
the rematch. Mayu Iwatani versus Takumi Iroha.
Yeah, that is October 18th.
This is funny. I'm starting it. It just says Mayu Iwatani.
Hey, get ready. Kagetsu's last like real match in Stardom in Osaka. That's after the anniversary. So that's like I want to say that's like.
Did you say October 10th, 2020?
October 18th. Is when that match.
Gotcha.
The second Takumi Mayu match was.
Yeah.
It was the same day as the G1 final.
I was gonna say Blue Way G1 final same day.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I found it. January 26th. Kagetsu's last real match of Stardom. Mayu and Kagetsu versus Momo and Jungle.
Mayu and Kagetsu. Tani
versus
Kagetsu versus Momo Watanabe
in Jungle, Kiona. That was January 26th.
26th.
2020. I gotta. Okay, so after that, I have to find your match. That was. Was that in July 26th, July 28th? So I think it was the same day as the Mayu match, the Mayu and Jungle match. Yep. Yep, same day. Okay, July 24th, Queen's Quest versus Donna Del Mondo. If you want their names, I'll give them to you.
Nah. What's the date?
July 24th.
Okay.
How many matches is that?
5.
Okay, Julia versus Tamina Nakano.
That's the first one, right? or a different
No,
one?
no, the third one. The third one's the best one.
What's
Like
the date?
it's funny. Like you like. I don't think you watched the second or third one, but like the second, third one are better matches than the first one. Yeah, Julia versus Tam Nakano white belt match, October 3rd.
What about that match where Utami won the belt?
See, that's the thing, right? Like now I have this. Now we're at a point now where it's like Mayu. It's hard to do because Mayu has like the Momo match from the anniversary show. She could also put on her. She also has the Jungle match from July that's on that same show as that Queen Orlando match. And like those are all on the same par as the Utami title change.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, should we fit another one on there? Or should we find other matches that aren't Mayu and Tani matches?
Because right now she has essentially
4 or 5.
4 matches on there. So I don't know if you want to cap her there. Because like if she does, if we're gonna do 8 matches here, right? 4. What's her other best singles match? Because I feel like the most newsworthy one is her losing the belt, but
what's her other best match besides that?
Yeah. Didn't she wrestle Shuri?
The Shuri match, I think the Shuri match and the Momo match, actually between the Shuri match on October 3rd, the Jungle match in July, the anniversary show match with Mayu, and the Utami match. I think the Utami match is the worst match of those 4.
Wow.
In my opinion, anyway. But like, whatever.
What was the semi-main on that match where Tommy won the belt? Because I remember like the last 3 matches being like good.
The semi-main was Julia versus Konami.
Okay.
Where like she tries to grapple Konami, and Konami's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And then Julia has to start brawling to win. But yeah, I think I gave that 4 1/4. I think that's not.
Ain't no high speed. Where's the Azumi at? Where's the Starlight?
Azumi and Starlight Kid was a 4-star match.
When did that happen?
That was on the October 3rd show. They had the Shuri and Mayu match and the Julia Tam 3rd match.
Huh. What about...
Here's another one, though, right? What's the best match in G1? Like, Tam Julia 2. And then what's the second best match? Probably Tam Mayu in the final night.
Mm.
Like Mayu, like there's no way if you cap Mayu, you have to cap Mayu. You have to cap her at 4. You can't give her any more. Otherwise, she could literally be in 6 of these things.
Mm.
Could do it where she could be on 6 on this.
I mean, like, I don't know. I kind of set that precedent like with Kenny, but like,
other stuff I can come up with, I can pull it out. I can pull it up and look through it if I. Okay.
I just think from a news like worthy perspective, I think like the match was good enough with Utami to warrant consideration, and then like the title change aspect pushes it over the top.
Fair. I mean, you could also throw like Shuri and Julia from the other day or from earlier in the week.
I heard about that. I haven't watched it.
No. Here's the thing. That's not the best match. Put Utami versus Momo on there. That match was better. That was the main event of that show.
Shit.
H-A.
Yep, HAYASHIASHITA.
I'm sorry. HAYASHIASHITA. What I doing?
Yep, that Usher Raymond. They call me HAYASHISHITA.
HAYASHISHITA.
Yep, that's what I got. All right.
Okay. All right. Versus Momo, and that will be December 20th. So that's one more match left, right?
Yeah. They call me UTAMI.
You're an idiot. All right. So I haven't put anything from the Grand Prix in here.
I just got a email from Wells Fargo. Stimulus payments have begun. Learn more about your stimulus payment. I wonder what they sending. You know, are they gonna send them 2 racks and quit playing? Send them racks. I need them 2. Let me get PS5 on you niggas.
Oh my god. I can't believe you said this over here. Fucking guy.
So I had to open up the Henny again, bitch.
Alright. So here's where I'm at. Do I want to put the Azumi Starlight Kid match on there because of the fact that it is
it's a junior match.
Basically. It's like the best junior match in starting this year. Or do I put the second Tam and Julia match on here? Because it was the best match in the Grand Prix.
I would go to Azumi and Starlight Kid rather than a repeat match. It was going to split votes.
Even though we already did that with just the 2 best matches in this.
Yeah, I'll make an exception for the red belt.
Yeah, like dude, this shit's crazy. It's like,
what's the date on the Starlight and Azumi? Is it October 3rd also?
October 3rd. Yeah, that was the opener for the show.
Sounds good. All right, so pay-per-view of the year. I have 7 options here. So I've got Wrestle Kingdom Night 1 and 2, Revolution Full Gear, WWE TLC, Takeover Portland, Stardom Yokohama show.
Yep, that's 10-3.
Okay. Do you spell Yokohama like Yoko and then Hama?
Yeah, YOKO. Yeah. That's yeah. I think it's technically called Yokohama Cinderella.
Okay, that's where I heard the Cinderella from,
bro. Because remember, like they were supposed to do that building, and this is going to be called Cinderella, and then all the shit got blown up for COVID. Because that was where they were going to do the Julia versus Arisa match, and then she got blown up. So then they were like, well, fuck it. We're going to do all these venues. Let's just call every big venue show that's bigger than Korakuen Hall, whatever, Cinderella. So it's like Yokohama Cinderella, Sendai Cinderella, Osaka Cinderella.
See, Rossi out here working. Did Rossi do anything this year to warrant Finesser of the Year consideration? Like, he sold the company, right? Or was that last year?
That was last year. That was last year when he got on there this year. I mean, for Finesser of the Year, given what you told me about the news, like, Yoshiko in the night might be, because I couldn't, when you told me that, I couldn't believe it. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, go to Discord. JML did a big write-up about it in there.
Is there a link, or?
It's just in the Stardom Discord, like on Social Suplex.
All right, I gotta try to not read any spoilers on that. I might get to it. Hopefully, this show will be up in its entirety for the year-end climax. It had 3 matches up last time I looked at 4 matches. Anyway.
So we need one more show. I cut Double or Nothing just because I had like 2 AEW shows and I grabbed the 2 best ones, I would say, even though I thought Double or Nothing was great.
Is this show of the year or pay-per-view of the year?
I put pay-per-view of the year.
Oh. And all those shows. Okay, all right. Because I would say if it was a pay per view of the year, then like G1 Night 13 definitely needs to be on there, but it's not a pay per view. So never mind. So the two Wrestle Kingdoms, Yokohama Cinderella, Revolution in Full Gear.
Yep. TLC and then Portland. I'm trying to think. Hell in a Cell for WWE, maybe. SummerSlam for WWE, maybe.
No. If you're going to throw another WWE on there, you need to throw 31 on there.
31? What?
Takeover 31.
Which one was that?
The one that had the Kyle O'Reilly and Finn Balor main event, had the Io and Candice regular match, not the ladder match.
Okay.
Had Finn Balor versus not Finn Balor, but Gargano versus I think it was Damian Priest.
Mm-hmm.
Had
Swerve.
I think it was Swerve versus Phantasma. Yeah, that was. Hold on.
Adam Cole and Pat McAfee.
Yep. No. That was 30.
Ah.
At least I think it was.
Well, I hope people remember. Yeah, those ones blend together because I was remembering In Your House, and then they had like one around SummerSlam. The one around SummerSlam was horrible. That was the Karrion Kross one, right?
SummerSlam that's the one that's the one that had McAfee in it.
Okay.
What the hell? That's not helping. No. There it is. TV and pay-per-view 2020. Oh. Oh, okay. It's fine. Yeah. Finn Balor versus O'Reilly for NXT. Candice versus Io. Kushida versus Velveteen Dream. I forgot about that. The match is actually good, but it's Velveteen Dream. Like the only good match he had this year. And Tell versus Isaiah Scott, and then Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano.
Hold on, dog. I think we getting 2 racks. We are.
Wow.
Oh, no. Hold on. The House just approved it. It still has to go to the Senate. To the Senate, which it will die. Man, fuck that. Give me my 2 racks, man. Good plan. Give me my 2 racks. Nigga trying to buy a house, buy some land. Oh, you fuck niggas.
Oh, God. This man's drunk. This man's drunk.
Buy some land. Fuck spinning rims.
God. Don't do this.
Not a sports page. I said a book, nigga.
Oh my God.
A fucking book.
Oh my God.
Not a magazine.
I can't believe you were the worst at that shit.
Rapper remembers words. This is not news. Like. Bruh, this nigga Jericho, this nigga took a selfie and did hashtag Fat Jericho at NBA.
Hey, look, I don't know why you asked the NBA. The NBA didn't make fun of him. It's the NBA fans that made fun of him.
That was funny. Amazing. What's up, Tim? I think we've gone so long, we've actually started getting more people in to listen.
That's funny as shit.
So right, this isn't an actual show. Anybody that's listening, like, we may yank this and then make it a show, but yeah, this is just like we're bantering, kind of. So
yeah, pretty much. I don't know why this is up here so fucking high, but oh, I know. This shit don't even count. This from last year.
We getting fucked up out here. Oh, we had 8 already.
Okay, well, we can move on then.
All right. So
what was the 8th?
8th was Takeover 31.
Okay, all right. I was looking over between whether or not like that should be on their war games, but yeah, I like the 31 better. Yeah, go ahead, especially because of the best match.
So I've got single best / incredible / shocking moment of the year. That's a lot of slashes, but so I have.
You could just say moment of the year and just leave it at that, because obviously, like, what does that mean? Well, that was shocking. That was whatever.
Yeah, moment of the year. Are we WWE? What the fuck? So I got 10 things written here. So we've got some cutting to do, possibly. So 1, Tetsuya Naito wins double titles, which, what the fuck?
Makes sense.
Jon Moxley defeats Chris Jericho for AEW title. Keith Lee wins NXT championship. Cody moonsaults off the cage in Atlanta. Young Bucks win the tag team gold. MJF and Wardlow whoop Cody. Kenny Omega turns on Jon Moxley to win the AEW title. Brody Lee squashes Cody for TNT title. Drew McIntyre Royal Rumble win. Randy Orton burns The Fiend to death.
What the fuck?
Yeah. You know.
Okay. So aside from, is Keith Lee win the NXT title on NXT thing on there?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm fine with that being the only thing on there. You put that on there and move on. Bray Wyatt burning The Fiend, was that actually like legitimately shocking or whatever? I haven't watched it. Like, I don't know. You gotta describe to me.
It's not that it was shocking, right? It was like,
was it cathartic? Like,
it was like laugh out loud funny. Like, I can't believe they're fucking doing this. Like, you have to see it, like, because I watched the match knowing what was going to happen at the end, right? You watch the match, I'm like, okay, the match ain't that bad, and then, like, it just kind of ends, but, like, the match doesn't really end. He just, like, lights him on, like, he catches on fire, Orton does an RKO, Randy rolls out the win.
Hold on, player.
Yes. Hold on. He catches on fire.
And then Randy Orton gave a guy that was on fire an RKO.
Yes.
What did the RKO do that the fire wasn't going to?
The RKO greater than fire. But yeah, he was walking around, and mind you, Fiend has, like, he's dressed in a jacket, and he's got, like, you know, the whole coverall shit on, right? So he's not really getting burned, but he catches the RKO. Orton rolls out. I think they replaced Fiend with a dummy there, because obviously Burns a fucking dummy that's dressed like the Fiend, but, like, he gets in the ring and he grabs, like, the matches, and then he sets the shit, throws the shit on him after he doused him with the gasoline and burns the Fiend up or whatever, and then that's how they go off air, and Orton just has this crazy look, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, people have described this is how you kill promotions. Like, it's bro, like, just absolutely absurd.
And this main evented.
Yes. Because they burned a man alive. Yes. It has to be there.
Fine. Whatever.
I know. Stupid. I know. It's fucking dumb. Like, it's fucking dumb.
Oh, God. All right, whatever.
I'd be willing to take Bucks win the AEW tag titles off. I thought it was a very big moment, but I'm just looking at everything else. The whooping, like, that shit was crazy, and it did a number.
I would say so I would say the whooping and Kenny turning heel would be the two biggest things in AEW this year. From a garnering interest slash emotional hook aspect. Yeah. Was there anything else that you think would be higher out of AEW than those two?
Only thing I can think of is Brody Lee squashing Cody for the TNT title and like the angle all around it. Because I remember Twitter went fucking nuts that night.
All right, well then leave those three on there then. Because I mean that's one of my favorite. I probably like that more than I liked the Kenny Hayne. Yeah, I did like that more than the Kenny Omega heel turn. It was like I already knew he was a heel. I didn't even know he was a heel even more than when fucking Callis coming out here. It was like, great, now Callis is a part of this shit. And I just fucked this match up. Great. So yeah.
So the other ones we have are Cody moonsaults off the cage in Atlanta.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So that's like four things for AEW on here. So Keith Lee wins the NXT title or Drew McIntyre Royal Rumble win? The niggas lost their mind when Drew won.
Is it a bigger... Okay, hold on. If you had to choose between the two Cody ones, which one are you picking?
Man.
Even though, like,
three Cody ones on here.
Oh, the
whooping.
The Darby. Or not the Darby, the Brody thing.
Man. Because, I don't know, I remember that moonsault, like, when the cage match in Atlanta, like, man, that was, like...
The best match this year.
That was, like...
Well, one of the first Darby match this year was really good. And then the one with the fucking tilt was on. All the Darby matches are good. No one
Did we nominate Cody for AEW Wrestler of the Year?
Yeah, he ended up being, like, the 5th or 6th lock.
I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah.
It was Kenny Omega, Hangman, the Bucks, and Moxley were the 4 immediate locks, and then we were like, we have because of Cody, he doesn't really do the bell to bell stuff as well as the other guys. We in this a lot of stuff was mostly beginning of the year. We had put him in a list, and then we made him immediate lock from that list with Darby.
Yeah,
for 5 and 6.
Okay. So the only other moment of the year I can think of is Edge returning. I'm not the demographic necessarily for the Edge return, seeing as how I miss his entire career down there.
That like Kobe Bryant fucking died. The same day,
yeah.
So sorry.
Like it just didn't hit for me. Like I didn't even watch it live.
I watched it live, and then when we did the show the next day with Tom and Greg, we were still just like we did everything but talk about the fact that he came back. And we're just like, all right, whatever. It's like Kobe Bryant's dead. Why are we even doing this show?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm willing to omit Edge on that here.
Yeah, same here.
So we've got 9. Okay, let's go through this again. So we've got Tetsuya Naito wins double titles. Jon Moxley defeats Jericho for the AEW title. Keith Lee wins NXT Championship. Cody moonsaults off the cage in Atlanta. MJF and Wardlow whoop Cody. Kenny Omega turns on Jon Moxley to win AEW title. Brody Lee squashes Cody for TNT title. Drew McIntyre Royal Rumble win. Randy Orton burns The Fiend to death.
Okay, so I want to throw the Randy Orton burns The Fiend to death off and put Evil turns on Naito at Dominion, because that was one of the better, like, regardless of how shitty that feud was and how terrible it was of an idea to put that fucking guy on top, to have those shitty matches, main events, that angle in itself, or that angle that night was great. And like it's all time giftable moment of Evil going up there like, fuck that fist, hold this too sweet, and I'm gonna drop you. Like I was into like the next night thing. I was into it, not Dominion, but not Dominion, but New Japan Cup final. But I went into the like with open arms, like let's see where this shit goes. And I was like, okay.
It probably went to hell
Oh,
immediately.
oh no. It's like, okay. That's nah, that's not what you want.
We still got 9, so I think one of the, there's a lot of AEW ones on here just because it seems like it feels like they did the groundwork to make those moments happen. So,
they're like, in my opinion, they're way better at the outside of the wrestling, the other stuff, the promo and the character work stuff than the actual build to bill. I think a lot of the build to bill stuff is, I can't wait for some of these 5-year contracts to roll off. Yes, but what was I going to say? I feel like the Kenny turns heel has to stay. The whooping has to stay.
Man,
out of the AEW stuff. What was the other two? What are the other AEW things?
Moxley wins the AEW title. Brody squashes Cody for the TNT title. Cody moonsaults off the cage. I think the moonsault might have to go. And I don't want to kick it. I think the moonsault might have to go. Because if you were to argue against it, right?
Are we naming the right thing properly for what Brody did to Cody? Wasn't a brainy thing like a few days later?
No, it was immediately after the match.
That was all. Okay, never mind. All right,
that was all one thing.
That's right. Okay, so never mind. Yeah.
I think the moonsault's got to go because, if I were to argue against it, what I would say is Kenny Omega did a moonsault off of something fucking higher. He moonsaulted off a fucking crane. Fuck you, moonsault off the cage. Look, and that shit was cleaner too, and it was backstage. It wasn't in a ring,
and it was on concrete.
Yeah,
we're just dome like Matt Hardy did.
Yeah. So, if I were to hate on the moonsault on the cage, that's what I would hate with.
What I would say is this: it wasn't higher.
You don't think so?
No, it wasn't higher.
I would have to look at that because I remember that crane being way the fuck up there. I remember when it happened. I was like, "Is your heart out, Cody Rhodes? Struggle moonsault."
It wasn't higher. It was more dangerous though because of concrete. Though it was a lot more dangerous, which mattered more than anything else. Which was more dangerous.
Yeah. And he was wearing jeans.
I don't know how much the jeans have to do with him rotating in the air, but the concrete thing is what we need to focus on.
Okay, I cut the moonsault. Okay, so all right. So creative success of the year. I have 6 things. I feel like there are more.
Yeah,
but John Moxley world title reign, Cody Rhodes TNT championship reign. Sure. Stadium Stampede, Boneyard match, Drew McIntyre main event elevation, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Should I add Shingo Takagi's Never division?
Yes. And then I would throw just Donna Del Mondo in there as one, same way that we threw out Tokyo Cyber Squad last year. Because I don't need to explain it, but you see what they're doing with at Wrestle Kingdom. Shuri is top 4, or she's one of the top 5 really, but she's in the top 4 match.
And then the IWC award.
Oh God,
bro, I feel like this award, the name on this shit is aging like some shit I can't say right now.
God.
So biggest internet controversy. I have 8 things. I'm more than willing to hear arguments to get these to replace anything on here really. Mm-hmm. WWE fires people in a pandemic.
Yeah, that's staying.
AEW heels.
Okay, I will put that. We might have to come back to that. I know for sure that is speaking out or the sex pest mentioned on this?
That's the next one.
That's a lot.
Yeah, speaking out was number 3. Kenny Omega goes into Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame.
That's a controversy,
bro. He was.
Hey, James. Do you know that like maybe the best wrestler you ever seen in your life is going to a Hall of Fame about wrestling, and it is a controversy? Why?
Exactly.
So dumb.
Yeah. Wednesday Night War ratings battle, just continuation. That's what it was like nominated last year.
You can't even a thing anymore.
I don't think it's necessarily a ratings battle. It might just be Wednesday Night War. And how people react to it.
I think people have already made peace with the fact that like NXT ain't gonna never catch them. It's a wrap. It's a dub on that.
All right, I'll put think of something to
I
replace it.
don't understand. Nothing comes to my mind immediately. Like maybe, but whatever. Let's put that in the.
Yeah.
We can circle back.
The Fiend loses the Universal title to Goldberg.
God, that was a big fucking deal. It's like, who gives a fuck? It's the Fiend. He shouldn't even care about a fucking title.
Roman Reigns leaves WWE for 5 months.
Ha! That is funny.
Yes.
It's a controversy.
Drake Maverick turns firing and tears to a storyline.
I think that should be a part of the
fires people in the pandemic. Is there anything else that
I think the real controversy was the people trying to find a smoking gun of whether or not they realized that was, or whether or not that was like he was legitimately fired, or if it was like they were all along planning to turn it into a storyline, which we never found out, so it doesn't really matter. I just thought, like, what if we put Kylie Ray's mental health on there?
Oh my God, yes.
No, I don't want to put that on there. Don't do that. I don't want to do that,
bro. Kylie Ray.
I'm joking.
Everything surround. I won't put her mental health. I won't put her mental health on there.
The half person that's listening to this, do not aggregate this on the site. I was joking. These were jokes. I don't want to do that.
Yo,
I don't really do that. I was trying to be funny.
You could say, "Oh man, oh man."
This is why I should be trying to be. I don't have the dexterity to get that done. I was joking. These are jokes.
Look,
I don't want no parts.
Kylie Ray, man, that is a good suggestion. Trying to think what else there is, because this used to be like the biggest award, and now over time it's just gotten like.
COVID outbreaks or COVID handling by
bingo. How promotions handled COVID-19. Bro, was there anything this year with the Saudi Arabia stuff you can remember that was like, aside from just the regular Saudi Arabia?
They went there. This was Blood Money. This year was Blood Money 5, right?
I think.
Okay, so they did the first one. They done 2 a year, right? Until this year because of So the first year was after WrestleMania 34, where they did the fucking cage match with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
Yikes.
The second one was Best of World tournament shit with Shane. And then they had they also had the Shawn Michaels tag match.
Yikes.
They didn't catch that ball, man.
Yikes.
Wig came off.
Literally, wig split.
The third one, what was the third one? Was the third one, which one had the Goldberg match? Had the Goldberg on match? Had the third or the fourth one?
I think that's like the third one, I think.
No. Didn't the third one have Ricochet and squash Brock Lesnar?
That was this year.
That was this year. Okay. Why didn't Lesnar do this shit this year? Or last year? If I remember correctly, he fought Finn Balor 2019 Royal Rumble.
Let me see.
That's right, because then they made him the IC champ. And he traded it back and forth with Lashley before he moved to NXT.
And I'm trying to think. Jackson Riker getting fucking yanked after that. Tessa Blanchard.
Was Lars Sullivan? Oh, shit, that was this year.
Literally, Tessa Blanchard. I'm replacing Wednesday Night War with Tessa Blanchard. Tessa Blanchard respects women. Oh no, Tessa Blanchard supports women.
No, exposed the bigot.
Yeah, exposed as a bigot. Yes.
Like exposed by women wrestlers
That we're waiting for her sorry ass.
Yeah, or like exposed by women wrestler consortium as a bigot. We gotta come up with an elaborate word for group.
By women's wrestling community. I'll just say women's wrestling community as a bigot.
Yes, as a bigot. Yes.
No, it's just as bigot.
Fine by me. I don't know the word bigot makes me laugh.
Yes, as bigot. Unbelievable. Fiend loses Universal title to Goldberg. Roman Reigns leaves promotion for 5 months. How promotions handle COVID-19. Man. I think...
Is that 8?
That's 8. So we've got WWE fires people in a pandemic. AEW heals. Should I say the reaction to AEW heals?
Yes, but could we get rid of that and put for IWC award like Evil becomes double champion?
Yes.
Because we were like, we're defending that shit. We were like, yes. Are you fucking dumb? And people were arguing about this shit. About what I did. Like, nah, bro. Because I remember I had watched the main event to whatever or to Dominion. I hadn't watched Dominion at all. And then we had chat on the show, and we were talking about, I was like, New Japan's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. And you were like, you had watched it, but you didn't want to spoil the result for me. So you were like, bro, this shit has changed, this is a new era, this is not the shit it used to be. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What could possibly have happened? And then I watched like, oh my god, they made Evil this shit.
That nigga Rich was right.
Like this thing with way more information than I do. It's unfair. I'm gambling. I'm wagering. He's wagering. He has revenge to me. He's cheating. Oh my god.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my god. And then I watched shit and then the fucking turbo matches, bro. I remember, I gotta go look through it, but when I was going through that run, I was binge watching all them G1 shows, like right before the weekend of your wedding.
Yo.
And actually, no, this is after your wedding, actually. I'll take that back. This is after your wedding. But like, just to catch up in time. And like, I got to that night 15 and I saw that Naito and Evil match. Boy, I was furious. I'm gonna have to go through and try to find the message I put in there because I cussed out Evil
in the group
to y'all.
Yeah.
So I had enough. Let me tell you something right goddamn now. This is New Japan Wrestling. This shit is not successful. I don't fucking watch this shit. Don't watch you fuck around.
Yeah.
Get your ass up and wrestle.
Y'all fucking playing with it.
Yes. Fuck him in that rope wire. Stop taking the goddamn buck corner pad off. Wrestle. Get your ass up and wrestle.
Unbelievable, bro.
I'm like, bro, this is his third match they've done. It's the same match as the first two. Why are you doing the same match? I've already seen this one. Everybody in the building has seen these first two matches. Why are you doing the exact same thing?
Bro, foolish.
12 at night and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm furious.
Unbelievable.
Again, something happened 2 months ago. Whatever, man.
Unbelievable.
Whatever.
Okay. All right. We are completed there. So I'm going to log off the group here. We up out of here and I guess do the real show.
We're going to run through this.
Yeah.